right. Last time, you finished your conversation with the reporter. Uh, and he didn't really reveal too much more extra, but you all did end up arranging a meeting with him. And 2 days' time, I believe, like 8 p.m., 8th evening bell in 2 days' time. And yeah, and he was like, and he was a little weirded out because he was like, if we can't come to an agreement, I'm not sure what the meeting will do. He was like, I won't. If you're asking for a favor, you can't say here like killing somebody. He's like, that's really not what I'm capable of. But you do have his interest. He wants to know about the ghostwriter and such. So you guys kind of dangled that in front of him. So he's planning on meeting you guys at Troll Skull in 2 days' time. From there, you grabbed a newspaper article, a special edition showcasing a story written by Volothamp, dealing with a new band of adventurers and their recent escapades and some of his dear friends, and essentially alluding to you all. But he had mentioned writing a story and promising you all a certain profit on that. So he has delivered on writing the story. So those are starting to hit the press this week in your old Waterdeep. There, you guys decided to look for some food options on the back of that and see what advertisements are on there. There was all sorts of food options, but you guys ended up at Sloppy's. Don't think I need to completely rehash Sloppy's for us all, but it was a comical, lovely experience. I loved it. It was beautiful. Thank you all for taking a stupid joke of me and my friends and taking it farther and into happier places. The classic, now for me, Justin's Hillshire letter that he wrote to, I think you said you were going to write to WDG or the Waterdeep Gazette. That's actually a little confusing. And then also to the restaurant itself, right? Like 2 copies of it.
By the way, I'm sorry. Does this sound better?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. The stack is gone.
Okay, good.
Yep. 100%. But you sent it to the restaurant and the newspaper, right?
Okay.
Oh. Say something again?
I made 2 copies.
Okay. Sweet. For a brief second when you responded, it was like on my end. So, but you sound clean the second time around. And then you, what did you? I think you always sent a letter to the captain. Well, no, excuse me. You guys went to the Castle Lantiers after that, and there was a little bit of insight going on there with Graf as a little bit hesitant and was trying to do a little bit of redirecting of going to meet these folks. But eventually, you did. Had a meeting with them. From what I can tell, you all didn't gather too much information. There was a decent insight check that she might. So the story being that the lady Castellantier has a twin sister that no one knows about, and she is the Black Viper. And I don't think, if I remember correctly, you didn't flat out ask her anything like that, right? But you were just asking, beating around the bush with the break-ins and such. And best as you could tell, she didn't seem to be holding anything back about the break-ins or such. She was a little curious about why you all were there at her house without a writ, but good persuasion checks led up to it that they weren't too bad, or like she didn't push on the matter. Yeah, from there you went home to Troll Skull Manor, and we got your pets in order. So it's, and if I remember correctly, it's still I'm gonna say it's the evening of the day that you guys had just left with the reporter, went to Sloppy's, talked to the Castellantiers, and have made it back to Troll Skull Manor. So I'm gonna put the ball in your courts here for you all if you want it as you are gathered together.
And we, I think Cora, God, I keep doing that. Cora had sent a letter to the captain.
Yeah, requesting a meeting, and as far as I know, by the evening, you still have not. Was it the ping?
Sorry, that looked like a softball, just like went through like a.
Oh, wait! If you do the gesture tool, the gesture tool will also put a pointer out too. And then you can ping.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's a good update.
Yes.
I was like, what the hell?
It does. It's kind of hard to. Oh yeah, it does like go across the surface too. It's almost like a little sludge bowl. You're like kind of sliding around the floor. That's kind of. Oh, and it even does shadows. I love it. That's not cute.
Oh, that's cool.
You can change your own colors too. I think with a little cogwheel next to it.
Okay. Beep, beep, beep,
Bing, 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 bing. Yeah. So you sent the letter saying that you requested a meeting. I think you were hoping for the next day, but you have not. At this point in the evening, you have not received the response.
Yeah. And this is towards the end of the night after.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like 7th, 8th bell. So it's like just sunsets come in, evening settling in. There's still a little bit of activity in the streets, but it's not the dead of night.
Okay. Well, I guess. Let's see. Cora doesn't really have anything that she needs to do. Yeah. I guess we could just, have a relaxing evening, unless one of you guys have something to do.
What are we're waiting on Gaxley? That's in 2 days?
2 days time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sent a letter out to the captain saying if he's gonna meet, or just saying like I have information about the Black Viper. Yeah.
The
But
new
I just
information that
missed
you
that.
have gathered is Gaxley has said that it was not in the original article. Just as a refresh for everybody. But what you've gotten from him is the word of the twin sister being of a Castellantier. Like, there's no twin sister. There was no Castellantiers mentioned in the original article.
I'm trying to see how much. Okay, I don't have that much gold. Okay.
What exactly? I'm sorry if I forgot. What are we trying to do with Gaxley?
We don't know because Graf's the only one who. Well, Graf's the one who set up the meeting. But I mean, at least like Cora has suspicions that he's gonna try to not like swindle him, but like try to like establish like a relationship with him or something.
Yeah, the whole thing was, and I think I had Graf say it in the meeting, was like, we can't really come to an agreement here at the office, but maybe if we schedule it at a better time, better location, maybe butter him up some, we might be able to get a better chance at getting the more information about the Black Viper.
Yep. Also, Cora was able to find out that, well, Gaxley admitted that he keeps sensitive information on his person because she was like, "Oh, well, if you have such, sensitive information, what do you do to keep safe all this? Like as far as like security measures?" She was like trying to poke at him, and he's like, "Well, that's why I keep it on my person." She's like, "Oh, okay." So, like, that was shared. I wrote that down. Cora is kind of interested in how Graf is going to play out this Ghost Rider, because essentially there is no Ghost Rider, right?
Yep.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, that
That
whole
we know
thing.
of.
That we know of, yeah. It was just something that we used to like, oh, but he has Ghost Rider. And, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that whole thing
Gotcha.
was a Hillshireism of
Gotcha.
oh, you're searching for spirits and ghosts and the like, and this dude's helping you. He must be, a ghost writer, a writer
Right,
about
right.
ghosts.
Right.
Oh, I thought I was implying that somebody else is writing his articles for him.
Oh, that's like, if I remember correctly, was like,
No. That was definitely the joke. But
yeah, like you as a
it's
player.
Volo didn't see it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I wanted to double check because I was like, is there a Ghost Rider? I couldn't remember, so sweet. Great. Cool. We made it up. Perfect. Let's see.
Perfecto.
Perfecto. Yeah. I think Maybe just like to kill some time, Cora's gonna go check in with Vincent, see if he's in office.
Funny enough, Vincent is at the door.
Oh. Okay. It's one of those things like she goes to open it and Vincent's right there.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, I was literally sitting there waiting. It's like Vincent was like walking across the street while you guys were talking.
Oh shit. Okay.
Hmm.
yeah. Maybe we'll. Ooh, let me Shit. How do I work this in? Oop.
I'm laughing because he's not at the door. Maybe you see him walking up and you catch his attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ah, good evening. I was wondering if you had a minute of your time. I might have some information to share with you.
Oh, Vincent, I was just coming to see you.
Oh, this is good. I have some information to share. Some of it perhaps innocuous, but also some of it that might be important. Where would you like to speak?
We can discuss it right inside here, if you don't mind. Me.
He sees the rest of you there. He kind of gives a very gentle nod. Some of this information you might find sensitive to even your friends. Are you sure you would like me to speak about it here? Some of the information is very sensitive.
She kind of like looks at the others and I've told them everything. It's all right.
Very well. So, I'm going to begin with the innocuous seeming news. Observations. We've been following the target, the girl, with her comings and goings from the house. You can tell he is very, like, awkwardly, like, what exactly? Like, yeah, you told him everything? Okay. So, like, speaking private, confidentially in front of everyone. Basic day-to-day activities, shopping for her family, errands. She even now has a job at a butcher. We have looked into this butcher, this Joby's Cuts. From my connections, I haven't revealed anything sinister. No connections to any undermarkets or groups. And the worst I could find is last winter they got a 43 on their food inspection, though they've apparently been showing signs of improvement to a 63 as recently as this fall. He kind of like just slips over an envelope with you. There's copies of those inspections in there in case there's anything I'm missing. We did observe a figure also keeping an eye on the house one evening. Despite trying to follow them, we were not able to identify them or see who they were. The one thing we can say with decent confidence is that it was not your sister. It's funny enough, I don't know if he knows it's your sister.
Right.
The girl who was inside the home. She was there as best as we can tell. But we're fairly certain it was not the girl. Now to the more sensitive news. The family has gone through some tragedy, apparently. They had a child die a year or so ago. A Mavith. But they're also going through a current mourning of another loss of another child. One of their sons. dead. His name is Ryu.
Oh man, yeah. Cora's face just goes pale. Ryu. You said his name was Ryu.
Yes, there was as recently as 2 weeks ago, there was a funeral. Small funeral for the family. That's...
Do you know how he died?
His death was a bit of a shrouded mystery, but I did anticipate that you might want us to push to find out what that information is. I can look into it further if you like.
She'll nod her head. Please.
Did you happen to taste the meat at this butcher?
he kind of smiles. As a matter of fact, I did get a sampling of pork while I was there. It was good. It was decent. That was before I saw the food inspection, though.
Did it taste off or anything like that?
No. As far as I can tell, the operations of the butcher is on the up and up. That is not saying there couldn't be something there, but that is what we've observed and through our connections of inquiry. The sister, the girl, has been working there for about 3 months.
Did you look into any potential complaints? Like people that might have a problem with the business, had a bad experience, and posted on the town board?
We haven't inquired further into the reputation of the butcher in the neighborhood, but if Miss Cora would like us to further investigate, we can put our resources onto that.
She shakes her head. If Ryu, he wouldn't have died from poison.
We know where his grave is. How desperately do you want to know how he died? And not by stories.
She gets this like very hard look on her face. Very shut down, withdrawn. I want to know exactly how he died.
Very well. I will give you a factual observation with what remains there are. Do you have any other points of interest you'd like to point me into?
We've been investigating the cult, and it's led us to ritual murders that are happening in the dock wards. Members of the cult are turning up dead. We don't know why.
Do you have details on this ritual? Do you have any... There must be something if they indicate it as a ritual.
They were described as... They made the members suffer, and it was very bloody.
So mutilation. At this point, he has taken out his pad, his like journal pad, and he's like taking notes of what you're telling him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I wrote down emphasis on blood and suffering.
So we will see if there's a connection with your brother's death in this cult and perhaps similar. Very well. Anything else?
Where was he buried?
Unfortunately, the family doesn't have much coin. So they were putting to the paupers' graves in the city of the dead.
The Pop-
Pauper's Hill.
Popper's Hill.
This is just a random thing. Like, I learned about this recently. Like, they still exist to this day. Like, what? There's an. Is it Staten Island? There's like an island at New York City. I saw articles about during COVID. It's so not to be so grim and IRL about it, but they're very much as like they're essentially mass grave sites for major cities for people who are like unclaimed and such. And like during COVID, it was just like, wow, there's a lot of bodies, so we have to put them somewhere. Let's put them, and like apparently that's existed. So sorry, an interesting real world, or like, oh, that's so medieval. Oh, it still exists today. That's all.
Yep.
I don't remember what they call it for Staten Island or whatever island out there, but yeah. Pauper's Hill, the place where the poor and the unclaimed go.
Yeah, she seems like she's filled with like a lot of tension, but continue to watch this other person who's watching the house. Please.
Would you like a direct confrontation with them for more information, or just still keep at a distance?
No.
Not that we are
Keep at
experts
a
on
distance.
confrontation, but very well.
She gives like a very quick nod. Sorry, my cat is meowing so loud. Nix, shut up.
If it makes you feel better, we can't hear him, but
Oh,
we're okay.
okay.
Yeah.
God, she is just going off. Yeah, she gives like very quick nod. Thank you for telling me. I need to excuse me, and then she'll go up to her room.
Good evening. If the rest of you have any inquiries, I'm a little preoccupied, but perhaps we could do business in the future. Good evening, Miss Cora. And he goes hopping out.
It was hopping out.
Mm-hmm.
I think when she's like moving to her room, she stops and then is there somewhere in the manor that has any type of like tools? I guess if there's like construction and stuff going on, she's gonna start like rifling through the tools, and she tries to find a shovel.
Ooh. I like how, this is not a complaint, but I like how you're like, yeah, go do this thing. And then you're like, I'm going to go do the thing now. Shovel. I do think that the contractors have definitely for sure have left different tools and such around. I do think a shovel is a basic enough of an item that it would be here during the repairs and such. So.
Okay. Yeah, she's
Are you
very
trying to
single-mindedly
trying to
going
do
through
this without any
stuff.
of the other party members knowing what you're doing, or do you care that they know?
She's got tunnel vision right now, so she just grabs a shovel and then just walks out of the door.
All right. How do the rest of you guys react?
Let's go take a look. I ain't got nothing else planned for the rest of the night.
I'm not opposed to a little confrontation.
Yeah, she just she just starts walking. She's like carrying a shovel and she's walking towards Popper's Hill. Doesn't care how long the walk is or anything.
I'm doing a test here real quick. I want to see what happens if I do this. Bam.
Very good.
If I do this, and I do this.
I do have a question when you're ready to answer.
1040. Give me 1 second. I'll let you know. Thank you. Let's then do this. Let's do this. Do this. And then. And oop, no. I had to not plan on you going to it, and not that there's like anything crazy going on, but as an experiment, using the resources at hand, I have just did this. You guys, I need to bring you to me. And that is players, summon players. You are summoned. Yeah, so I literally just went online, and there's a great repository for this program called Tales Tavern. I put Graveyard in. There's a lot of options. You literally just copy and then paste into the program, and it just drops all the assets in. So then dropping Cora in, Graph in, Hillshire in, and then Zaba in. Okay, yeah, you guys are in here.
I can see some of the prefabs.
Yeah, I know that's
scroll
with
off the
some of
graph.
them. Yeah, you'll see like they've put stuff off to the side and whatnot in a lot of cases.
Yeah, but no big deal.
Some of that also might represent like what's inside this, or I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Okay, so you go to City of the Dead. It might still be in Discord somewhere, but I think I did drop the map of Waterdeep. But there's this park, catacombs, mausoleums. In general, it's pretty well kept for Waterdeep. If some people even picnic out there and such, it's like a good grassy hills, slight hills. And in itself, on the east side of the city, is these kind of sheer cliffs. And in itself, the City of the Dead, this kind of walled off separate little district, or I say little, it's pretty major in its own right. It could be almost declared a ward in its own. Its own walls go up against the side of the cliff. So if you're like on the eastern side of the City of the Dead, you could perhaps go onto the walls with the soldiers and look down over the countryside off the cliffside and such. But generally speaking, it's kind of a nicer area. And like Popper's Hill really isn't too bad. It's not like a shithole. They didn't just toss bodies. But compared to the mausoleums and such, a lot of the Poppers or a lot of the folks interred here. I think I used that word right.
Yeah.
I think it's the first time I ever said that out loud in my life. Interred, usually like kind of basic wooden crosses, right? Not even enough money for a headstone is kind of the vibe going on with it. But it is patrolled at night for grave robbers. So you are maneuvering this, and it sounds like you're going to try and do this stealthily. So make sure you plan appropriately.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Yep. Stealthily.
Hillshire, I don't know if I heard you respond at all. Are you going with them? I don't know if I heard Hillshire say anything.
Yeah. Everybody
Okay.
else is gone. He's
Yeah.
gone too.
I just didn't want to assume without you declaring it. And what was
He
your
doesn't
question?
really know what's going on,
Mhm.
but he's gonna go.
What was your question, Riley?
It was just gonna be like, oh, are there carriages going at this time of night? Because Graf would totally just pay like a gold or two or whatever to have a carriage take us the whole way.
That's fair. Keep in mind too, it is, as I said, it's like 8 p.m., right? So the city's not asleep yet. So sun has set, but it's not the dead of night that you're attempting this or anything. I don't if that's okay with Cora. I don't care if you push it right. I'm just making sure you know that's not midnight that you've gone out with a carriage and such. It's maybe like after you've kind of sat for a little bit thinking about what do you want to do, grabbing the shovel and going. It's probably like 8:45, if not even that. So,
Okay.
but the sun has set.
Okay. How well guarded is it?
There's patrols, right? And you would see their lanterns in the distance moving in and out. A little bit more focused towards the like nicer ones where, some of the more fancier nobles are interred and such, but they are everywhere. Or I say everywhere. There's patrols, right? So either no matter how many there are, essentially it's a stealth check, right? To try and maneuver or bluffing or whatever however you want to approach it. But there are guards you're going to have to try and get around and patrols being the point.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself. Yeah, it's a 1d4.
I'm doing another experiment, so just bear with me. I'm gonna try something. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so you just got into the carriage. No one's really asked you what you're doing or anything of that sort. You just get in the carriage and maybe some have inferred into it, but everyone's just like, all right, we're going for a ride in the carriage. So I like to imagine you guys get in the carriage. It sounds like Graf has a read on it and just kind of like tells them like, yeah, take us to the city of the dead. We're going to need to go pay our respects. And he's like, all right, whatever. And the carriage driver takes you guys out.
Should I mark down like a gold used for that?
I think so. Yeah. And it wouldn't be a gold. I think it would be more closer to a silver pence for a nice carriage.
Okay.
And you're not going very far northward in the city of the dead. The northward goes right up against it, so it's not too much of a trek. But it's nice.
I guess like while they're in the carriage, she'll look to the others. You don't have to do this if you don't want to.
What exactly are we doing?
She looks very like, I guess you could say like in shock, or like, when somebody goes through something in the beginnings of grief where it's they're like very emotionless, very stony looking. I need to see. But she has like the shovel in her lap.
All right, I guess we're going to see.
Yeah. She doesn't say anything else. Just kind of nods.
The carriage has brought you to the gates of the City of the Dead, very ornamental, and then you step through to the wide boulevards that kind of branch off into smaller, well-kept paths, and you're now kind of just, walking through the paths and such. The guards, the patrols, and even a couple other just everyday folk leaving as evening has fallen. You do get some eyes because it's a little unusual for somebody to be down here, right? Or out here at night, but it's still evening. People get off of work, maybe. So no one's really giving you too much issue. But then you've kind of come to the section where it is Pompers Hill. And there are a few guards going on and about. I guess the interesting part here, because this is a city of dead, right? This is a major city. It's going to be an investigation or survival check to see if you can find.
Ooh, investigation or survival.
Graf will assist.
Oof, yeah. Is that advantage?
Yep. I'm fine with the help action.
Okay. Yeah, because oh, geez.
That one wasn't flying. 18. Okay. Yeah, so it does take that's a really high roll, so it doesn't take as long as it could, right? So about 40 minutes going around, you do see one of the signs you're looking for is relatively fresh, weeks ago. So there is upturned earth, some fresh soil that has started, like grass has started and grow through it and such. But you do come to a fresh cross. I say cross, but what would be a good symbol for? I would just say that I would call it like it's the shape of a headstone, whatever that would be, but it's wooden instead of stone, instead of using our world stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you come to a fresh grave and you're standing over it. I'm going to assume you've had your shovel avoided in this or off to the side, not creating any, or hidden is the word I'm looking for.
It's
Yeah.
we just stopped by a place to get an entrenchment tool.
Yeah.
So it's a collapsible shovel.
Right.
Avi, it's already showing it's a open grave, which is perfect. But I'm gonna kind of drop
Right.
you guys here like you have found it. Oh, I love the little bird they put on it, like a raven or something.
Yeah, that's cool. A little skeleton next to it. Oh my god, Rue. I'm just kidding. She just like takes a look around. God, she's very single-mindedly focused, so she'll like look around a little bit to see if there's any guards and then just start digging.
Is there like that mausoleum just to our east?
East, you might have to ping it because I don't know exactly what camera angle you're looking at. I don't see a compass, so yeah, that one, gotcha.
Compass is bottom left, for me at least.
Oh, there is a compass. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Can Graf use his jump to get on top of it and keep an eye out for guards?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I would say you don't necessarily need a spell or anything like that. You could just kind of clamber it. You're not in a rush or anything.
Yeah, but at the same time, jump is fast, and
Okay.
also, I'm looking for excuses.
Is it a cantrip or is it a spell?
Thanks to the ring of jumping, I can cast jump from it.
Oh, nice.
like,
Yeah.
just infinitely.
That's
I don't
awesome.
think it takes a
Yeah,
spell
it's-
slot or anything.
No, 100%. You definitely use it. Funny enough, last night we were talking about jumping, and so they were trying to get to something in a climatic moment. And it was like, you guys should look at the new jumping stuff, the new jumping spell. But yeah, you get up there easy peasy. So, Core, before you start digging, let's have Graf roll a perception check at advantage since he's taking such a good space up there.
And also, I would like to be stealthy about it if and when I see a guard. 23 total.
23 total. You do see guards in the distance, and there are a couple coming your direction. But more or less, what this will translate to is a stealth check at advantage because of the information, and a much lower DC because of Graf's information. So, Cora, you can time your moment better with a better chance of digging without getting any attention.
Okay.
Since it sounds like you're still gonna just be the one doing it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna roll a. Oh wait, I have guidance too, so roll 1d4. So stealth at advantage.
Yep. Mm-hmm. 13.
Let me get that. What 1d4? Sorry.
What was the D4 from? I heard you say, but I didn't hear what it was from.
Guidance.
Guidance. That's totally fine.
Yep.
Excellent. 17. Yeah. So you start digging with the shovel, and you guys are now standing over a grave in the middle of Waterdeep. I'm just loving how quickly that turned into that. I have so many little seeds. I love what you guys are doing. You start digging, and eventually you do come to a simple wooden coffin. And over some time, you have cleared it off, and it's sitting there.
Mavic gets, or Cora gets like, in the grave. And OCD, I have to strain her. She just stands over it for like a really long time. Her hands are like kind of trembling a little bit, but she kneels down and tries to pry off the lid.
you're strong enough. It doesn't take long. You use the shovel, and eventually the wooden coffin is opened up and nails removed, and indeed Ryu's body is in there. Your family did what best they could to dress him up, but they really don't have a lot of money, so it's not like they put all the little extra makeup and like just whatever simple clothing he had in there. But it does look like his body was brutalized. But I'd like you to go ahead and roll a medicine check. I think JP just got into the chat. What's up, JP? They're robbing a grave. But that sounds comical because what they're actually doing is investigating one of their Cora's brother who was killed, and she's trying to figure out how he was killed. So they're checking his body in the middle of a graveyard. 14 medicine. You see signs of ritual killing. But what I would like you to do on the back of that is roll a religion check.
Okay. Oh man, religion. Oof. Oh, I guess I have guidance. I keep trying to drag the roll from the D&D Beyond.
I don't know where that dice went. That was fun.
I don't know where it. Oh shit.
7.
Let me get that 1d4 real quick.
Oh, true. Ooh, it turned out to 11.
11.
So there's something odd that you're going to be interpreting here. Part of the ritualistic killing, there's bloodletting here, like you're familiar with, like how seer cultists would do bloodletting in the past, making sure somebody was truly suffering and letting it all out. But there's differences. I'm not going to go into like graphic details, but the key information here is that someone has changed it. There's modifications to what you're familiar with because they're very, very particular about it, right? It's a ritual.
Right.
And so there's odd new changes to it. And with that 11 total religion, it's been changed from, I think that's it. It's been changed. But bouncing back to your medicine check, there's a new detail, and this is not something Cyric would ever, or that you're used to. Your brother's eyes have been removed.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Sorry, I'm just writing this down.
Wait a sec. Have we encountered the eyes being removed before? Because I remember hearing something about it, but I don't know if it was context of this game or what. Because my brain is saying something like maybe something we did for Yagra.
There were eye symbology with Yagra. Yeah, so you did, yeah. I think at this point, it's safe to assume you all would have recognized the eye symbols. And I don't remember the exact thing. They were the symbol of the Xanathar's Guild.
But that's because of the beholder, right?
Well, you don't know that, Cora.
Oh.
Or I don't remember what your characters know. I don't remember how many checks we've done in the past, obviously above table, a lot of us know it's a beholder. I really don't care. It's one of those you've played D&D enough, but you play how your character would, that's true. Or how you want your character. I'm not saying you're like, that's metagaming.
Yeah. The Xanathar's Guild, sorry, what does their guild emblem look like?
Yeah, let me get the exact emblem because it has been a while. I just remember there is an eye involved.
I feel like we saw the emblem earlier in the campaign. Perhaps.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure you guys have come across it. When you got to the Xanathar's Guild, I think you saw some of the markings left and stuff, or their sign. So I have something pulled up in the wiki. I don't trust that's the exact one. So let me just go into the old adventure and just give me a minute to give you the correct, confirm it's the right information, because I don't want to be contradictory. think I remember where one was specifically mentioned. So let's take a look. Tracking, navigating, from the transaction of time. Oh yeah, so yeah, I might not even got the detail right though originally, but the exact symbol for Xanathars is a palm-sized circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating out from its circumference. I think it would be safe to say it reminds you of an eye, but it you would have seen that symbol.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know if that was exactly the eye. There is always a chance during the middle of us running that stuff, I was like, you guys see the symbol of an eye on there? Because my own associations with Xanathar. But that's officially what you would have seen.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just making some notes. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is a lot for Cora. I mean, she was a little bit the whole purpose of this was like she was a little bit in disbelief, which is why she's like, I need to see him. And then seeing like her suspicions confirmed that, you know, he was involved in the rituals that they're investigating. Yeah, she just kind of like slumps and is like kind of half like sitting on his casket. And actually I was gonna do something. Could I, let's see, I would like to cast tell me if this, I mean, I don't know if this will be like a waste of time. She wants to cast Detect Magic to see if there's like any residual magical signatures on his body.
Okay. So your cat, did you say ritual? But you're casting Detect Magic. I don't,
Let me see if it's I think it's a ritual.
it might be a ritual, but funny enough, I don't know if paladins have the ability to cast ritual spells with the whole, like, it doesn't cast a spell slot. Because that's usually reserved for, I know clerics can do it with their spells that are prepared, and then of course the wizard. But I'm gonna triple check. You never know. Maybe it got updated. Maybe they made it better for pallies to, because I get nerfed in some ways.
Okay.
So
I think I could use a spell slot.
I'm not saying that you couldn't use a spell slot.
Right. Or yeah.
I'm just curious if it tells you if you have ritual casting. Let me do something real quick. I'm going to look at wizard first and see what that says, because I know they usually do have it, and see what's happening in the 2024 rules. Because I opened paladin, but I don't know if I'd be seeing if I saw it. So we need classes.
Yeah, I think in D&D Beyond, at least, if you go under
Wizard.
features and traits and go to spell casting, like click on it to open up the detailed view.
Mm-hmm.
It should be, I think, another.
Oh wow.
Like how for Ranger it has changing your prepared spells in bold, and spellcasting ability in bold. I think it's the same deal as like, or for, casting a spell as a ritual.
Yeah, well,
bold.
I just picked up wizard. What I don't think this is how it was in 2014, but they've actually given it as a level 1 feature, and it says ritual adept. You can cast any spells as ritual, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not going to cross-reference that with cleric, because they used to be able to do it. So I want to see if they did the same thing. So it would be like a class feature, it looks like.
Okay. Yeah, I can confirm Ranger does not have that.
I don't see that with cleric as a. Hmm. Just kind of spell. You can cast a spell you've prepared. Don't count it. The number of spells you list. The certain spells we spell. Prepare spells. Your spells cast here start true. Spell slot. Oh, interesting. I wonder if clerics can't do that anymore. Maybe I could even be misremembering 2014. I thought they could. Yeah, so best I can tell, you can't do it. So I'm going to say that's a quick thing. I'm going to try and make a note to look into ritual casting for 2024.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, not saying you can't use a spell slot, but yeah.
Okay. That's so weird. Huh. It says, yeah, I was just checking on her sheet and stuff.
Yeah, if you have to find something on your sheet that says, maybe it says under your feature, spell casting, rituals and stuff, go for it. But
yeah, okay.
it'll still list it as ritual, but doesn't necessarily mean you can do it as a ritual and get the
Right.
benefits of a spell slot, I think.
Gotcha.
Actually, let's...
The only thing I could see is like under I think actions, it's all the way down.
Ritual
it says
caster, ritual
other,
caster, ritual
but-
caster, ritual caster. Ritual caster. What is this? Oh, funny enough, ritual caster is a feat now. I think there might have been something similar to that, but
Oh,
Yeah,
wonder-
it's always been one, if I remember correctly.
yeah, obviously I think they got one that's an updated version of it, though. So I'd be curious. I wonder if that's one reason why other ones like a cleric maybe lost it to kind of give the feat a little bit more oomph. I don't see 2020 too much. One thing that does suck about 20 or D&D Beyond, their search system is pretty shit. So I'm like, even it's showing me all the 2014 stuff when I put ritual in, but for all I know, 2024 is hiding somewhere. But that's the only 2024 reference I could find. But I also know that the wizard one exists, so it's not obviously showing me everything. Anyways, I'm just gonna make that quick decision. I'm gonna continue.
Mhm.
You can't
Yeah.
do it for a free slot.
all good. No worries. Alright, then I'll cast detect magic. Detect magic.
So I think you would see residue. This isn't like, usually detect magic, and my normal disclaimer is normally very hard, like you do the school of magic and usually that's an effect of a spell, right? But I like to be a little more liberal with it. So you're getting to what I call wishy-washy stuff, right? But
Right.
as you are feeling the effects of magic, there is some necromantic energy kind of in those ritual carvings. So like whatever changes were met, it was still doing something. And it was magic in that way. I would like you to roll a perception check.
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
Oh boy. Alright, perception. Oof.
Okay.
And I don't think
Oh,
I
to be fair, actually, I'm going to allow you to roll with advantage. Go ahead and roll one more time.
Okay. Detect magic is a concentration, right?
I don't know. You tell
I
me.
think.
I don't know. It most
You know, I'm
likely
not a
is.
spellcaster.
This is how you learn. That's,
I know. Yeah, it's
Yes.
concentration. Okay.
Detect
Alright,
magic is concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay. Then guidance is gone. Another perception. Come on, baby.
okay.
And
I would now like the rest of you to roll perception checks, but you're straight rolls.
Even for me?
Correct.
Okay.
In this instance, yes.
17 total.
17 total.
Is everybody rolling?
Everyone else, yep.
Four?
Hillshire with a 4. Okay.
Ooh, nice.
And Zaba with a 19. So the short of it is I need you to roll initiative. Cora and Hillshire, you're at disadvantage with your initiative because you are surprised. The detect magic gave you advantage to feel the necromantic energy, and you're seeing it a little too late as skeletons are rising up out of the graves or out of the ground around you all, and also a particularly nasty looking wraith-like ghost rising up from one of the catacombs. And we're gonna do our first combat, bitches!
Oh,
In this
shit.
system. Yep. Yeah, the new surprise
Oh,
is disadvantage. You guys just couldn't. You're especially you down into the dirt and
right.
stuff. Okay.
Graph has a total of 21.
This will be our first combat, so bear with me because you know all this is going to be.
Oh, good.
All right, where am I going to do initiative? Probably gonna have to do it on a good old fashioned piece of paper. Good old fashioned paper.
They're all
I guess I
very-
rolled a 9.
All right. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. We got Hillshire at a 9.
Oh shit! I didn't do a disadvantage. Sorry. Let me roll that one more time.
Ooh, Azaba is on her toes with a 23.
14.
Okay, and then that's a good. Still on it. Okay, Cora 14, and then Graph is. I'm not seeing your rolls in. That's funny. I'm not seeing your rolls in the Tailspire. That's not important. I'm just don't know what you rolled, Graph.
21 total.
I had to open up the chat messages to see him.
Yeah, I don't know how to open the chat. I mean,
Press spacebar and like.
okay, there we are.
Pop up.
Yeah, I've been rolling straight from D&D Beyond because
You're fine.
I've kind of just been like, I don't want to deal with the confirming that I'm human 30 times in a row. But with combat, I just tried it and it worked first time, so maybe
Yeah,
that's no longer a
the
concern.
past like 4 sessions, it's been working the first time for me. So, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. But
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna have to do so much stuff manually, so just give me a moment.
I figured.
LUVG3.
Love G3. Wow.
Is this an LGG3 or?
That is such an old personal reference. I used to play a game when I was a teenager, a shooter called Delta Force, and it was like my Call of Duty when I was a teenager, and I played the shit out of it. Joined what we called a squad, but a clan called Love, which was Leaving You Violated. And my name was Glitch at the time, but of course, all the cool thing to do was to get the text editor and change your name to all sorts of fancy stuff. And so at some point, I'd shorten it to G3, and then made it my PlayStation, name at one point. Couldn't change that, so it just kind of it just travels with me still. Love_G3.
Fair enough.
Of course, the 3 had to be like, what do you call the little like numbers? Like when it's like the 2 like squared above it, and like the tiny versions of it. It was so
Exponent.
exponent.
Superscript.
I was so cool. I was the coolest, just so you know. So I'm now rolling initiative for the skeletons. What I'm trying to think of. Usually, I can know which one is which. Can I give it a color on its base, maybe? GM tools, base color. So you'll be blue. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do this. I wonder if I could do this in D&D Beyond, actually. But then I still need to keep track of their colors. You'll be red. Yeah, so it might be hard to see, but I'm giving them colors on their basis. If you need to call out one particularly, you could do it by color.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. I'm going to ping, but this guy is also here. All right, so this will be green Skelly. All right, this will be red Skelly. Ooh. Blue Skelly. And then purple with violet, whatever, Skelly. right. Okay. According to my initiative, it'll be Blue Skelly up first with a really good initiative, with then Zaba and then Graph on deck.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So my +1 weapon doesn't show up in my action.
In your actions. Let me see. You probably need to equip it in your
It's
inventory.
equipped.
Mhm. Zaba? All right. Oh, you're talking about your Rod of the Pact Keeper +1.
Yeah.
So you don't do it. You don't necessarily actually do an action with that. What that is doing is giving you a passive +1 to your spell save DC, if I remember correctly, and spell attack rolls. So all your spells are automatically getting an extra +1 to their hits, or they're supposed to be, and then your spell save DC is up 1 to 13. Because normally Eldritch Blast is your proficiency, which is 2, plus your charisma, which is 3. So that should be a +6. Do you need to attune to this? Is this an attunable weapon? It requires attunement. So then we go to attunement, and then you're now attuned. So you might need to refresh your page. I just attuned it for you. In inventory, even though you have it equipped, there's another little subcategory within the inventory called attunement, and you have to go in there and select it. But I did that for you.
Okay. Cool.
And it does. Don't forget, it does have that extra benefit of you. In addition, you can gain 1 build spot as a magic action while holding the rod, so you can give yourself a spell 1 back. But now your spell is +6, spell save DC. Yeah, so you're just +5 went to +6 for like Eldritch Blast. And your spell save is now 14 instead of 13. Cool. Okay. Blue Skelly is up first. I'm going to clear this die out. So he is going to pull out his short bow and just kind of, there's 3 of you there. Actually, it does make sense they would probably go for the one who was literally digging a grave and breaking the sanctity of the graveyard. So this one here is going to see you. I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, how do we measure? There is toggle rulers. Does everyone see the ruler for your own usage? Yeah. Okay. If nobody can see it, just let me know. I'm not going to explain it. And so this will be 39 feet. So you're 40 feet away, which is plenty, I believe, for this. Range 80. All right, so takes a shot at Cora with a bow. And that's a 9. So it is a miss. So that brings us to Zaba with Graph on deck.
All right. Zava is going to take 1 step to the right. And I'm going to blast this skelly right here. What was ping?
You have to well, no, hit T actually. I think if you hit T, it'll turn on the ping option. All right, so you're going for violet 1 over here. 10-4.
Yes.
How do I get rid of all my little measuring balls?
I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of my
17.
There's like 3 of them.
17's a hit. I'm trying to get rid of my pings now.
I know. I'm like,
Oh, it goes away after a time. Okay. So it'll clear after a time. But for the ruler, I just like started right clicking a lot and clicking, and then it finally went away.
right.
Ooh, good Eldritch Blast damage. Max 10 damage against the skeleton. Still up. But that was a really good blast. He's looking rough. All right. You have movement and bonus action. Anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark
Ooh.
on this one.
You could have Hunter's marked this guy first as a bonus action. Hit him, triggered the damage. I know it's been so long since we've done combat. I'm pretty sure that will still trigger on magic attack. Let's see. Hunter's Mark. You match one creature's damage before turn entirely hit with an attack roll. Yeah, so if you wanted, you could have bonus action this guy, hit him, and then got that extra damage right off the rip. He only has 3 health left, so it might have been worth trying. You could have gone or one shot him.
Yeah, I'll remember that for next time.
I'll let you retcon if you want, but
That's fine. I'm gonna hit this next guy because I figured he'll die next turn.
10-4. All right, graphs up.
Alrighty. Well,
This is where you're supposed to ask if you get like elevation bonuses like Baldur's Gate 3, and I say don't bring up Baldur's Gate 3. Okay.
yeah. Well,
you're at a good advantage though. Oh, good Same. I have
So-
a high ground.
yeah, Graph will move. I think it's like 10, 15 feet to get to here. Which color did Zaba attack?
Violet.
Okay, so on the south side. Graph will. Let me check my spells real quick just to triple check I've got the fun stuff prepared. Alright, Graph will bonus action Hunter's Mark onto Violet.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Where is it? This thing? No, it's this. Spells. Cool. And then, as regular action, he will take out. Whenever I hit it with an attack roll. That doesn't. Does that apply to spell attack rolls as well?
That's why I just went with Zaba. It just says attack roll. Yeah, so I would assume it would include. It would say weapon attack roll. I'm pretty sure. So spells apply.
All right.
Which makes sense because some of those or ranger abilities, like you turn your bow into magical arrows, casting a spell. So it would be silly if you couldn't trigger it at the same time.
Yeah, Graph is going to go with the basic short bow and is going to go for an attack. Inventory. Make sure I have short bow equipped as item interaction, and then.
And remember, I'm going to try and be better about cover bonuses, so I think that'll be a nice benefit of the 3D environment. You can get a better feel of what might count as cover. Ooh, nat 1!
Oh shit.
I already have inspiration, so I'm going to burn it and
10-4.
reroll.
Nice. 23.
All right.
We have that extra inspiration from.
Hey, don't forget your sloppy. Yeah, your
Sloppy
sloppy inspiration.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have that, and let's see. Hunter's Mark, a d6 plus 4, plus a d6. Okay. So, short bow will be this. 6 damage, plus an extra d6 from Hunter's Mark. 3.
10-4. You have destroyed that skelly. I put it in the knockdown position for now to show it.
Alright. And Graph will go prone.
Smart.
Is it
All right.
possible to see my active Hunter's Mark?
As far as I can tell, there's no way for me to mark it. Yeah. I'll look into see if there's any mods I can do it, but the last time we did a mod, it seemed like it would appear on my end, but not on your end. The only status I have is knockdown. It doesn't give me anything else to kind of... You know what? Actually, I have an idea. one second. I did see something earlier. I was like, okay, that could be. It's just little tokens, kind of like how you would do it in a 3D environment, like a marker showing that you've just next to a creature showing you have it going. So let's do for Hunter's Mark maybe.
I also noticed it's nighttime on the stream, but on my end, it's really bright.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Oh, there it is.
Up, yeah.
Ooh, that's cool.
Okay.
All the atmosphere was gone. Yeah, I have to apply it. I guess I didn't do it. Thank you for throwing that out there.
That does bring up question then because of lighting. Are those
dark
guys
vision?
in dim light or darkness?
I'm not going to be too cruel on that. I think there's enough. Let's just say there's enough moonlight that it's open sky. It'd be different if you guys were in the crypts, but
Okay.
so this is my quick solution for Hunter's Mark. You see this little token here? Because you put one on blue one, right, Zaba?
Yeah, I do.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and do that for status of stuff for people. So if I do copy, so technically that one is there from where Graph had it. So for his own. So I think it's a quick workaround. All right, it's now the red skeleton's turn. In this case, he's gonna shoot at Hillshire. Actually, I think he'll move. Let's have him move because I want to get distance stuff more down packed. So we can do the measuring tool. Is there a way to like pick up and measure movement when you're doing it? Oh. All right, so you definitely have plenty of space though. Moves up next to behind Hillshire. And swings. 4 and 8. All right, so that is a miss. And that brings us to Cora with Hillshire on deck. And do not forget, there is a scarier looking thing than those over here.
Yep. All right. So, oh man. Okay. She's not a good headspace right now, so she sees these, undead skeletons. She is going to climb out. Yeah, I guess we can't measure it. Well, let me measure this really quick before I climb out. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Stop. Release. Okay. She's gonna climb out and go to the skeleton here. She's gonna use her channel divinity to summon her vow of amity.
Can't touch this. Sorry. I'm taking your brother's death so seriously. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so I have advantage on this guy, and if he drops to 0 HP, I can transfer the vow to a different creature within 30 feet.
Ooh, Valve Enmity?
And amity. Amity?
Enmity?
Enmity, I believe.
Enmity. Yeah. Amity.
I'm making fun of myself. I would not be able to say that consistently. Yeah. So you have advantage on it.
Yes.
Anonymity.
Yeah, exactly. Kevin knows what I'm about.
As a bonus action. Oh, actually, you know what? No, she's not gonna do that. I usually cast the Shield of Faith, but she's not looking out for. She's looking to destroy, not really like looking out for herself. So, she's gonna attack this guy. With advantage. 23.
23 will hit. Yeah.
That's gonna be a 7 slashing.
7 slashing. Yeah.
And then as her bonus action, she's not fucking around. She's gonna use one of her. Ooh, let's do this. Oh, actually, no, that's a bad idea. Let's not do that one. I was gonna do the thunderous smite. But it's audible up to 300 feet. Okay. I'm gonna use just one of my divine smites on this guy, and it's a extra 1d8 for undead, right?
Tell me what it says in smite.
Yep. Damage increases by 1d8 if the target is a fiend or undead.
Heck
So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
3d8.
extra. Don't forget, I think you get a free divine smite.
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
It just makes sure it doesn't use your spell slot.
Yep. All right, that's click use. Right. Here is a 2d8 coming, and then that's a really bad roll. And then I'm gonna use that extra 1d8.
Oh yeah, he had 6 health left, so 1.
Oh God.
Of all of you, can't believe you rolled that low on
Oh,
the.
actually, sorry. Hold on 1 second.
Ooh,
I got.
ooh.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Boo.
Savage.
Yeah, yep. Where is it? I feel like I did take this.
So you could re-roll the
Where's it?
weapons
Savage
dice.
attacker.
So it depends
Yeah,
on what you got on your
damage
weapon.
die. Yep. So I'll roll that. Come on, dude.
So
I'll re-roll that 1d8.
okay.
3.
So
Nice.
and that's you just need at least 1 higher. Bam. He goes down.
Sweet. And I believe, let me measure this real quick. Started here. Oh. Okay, so only 16 feet, and then she's gonna move.
You don't feel like you need to be like exactly 30. Yeah, that's like perfect approximation. Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if
This guy.
whatever.
I'm gonna switch my vow of enmity and enemy.
Hey, I'm not making fun because it's like I would literally have that same hard time with that. Oh wait, turn-based mode. There's an initiative mode.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
initiative
1
list.
second.
Okay.
Let me. Okay, you're on there. Okay, he was on there, but I'm still doing it anyways. Just click once. Click once. Click one. Oh wait, no, I'm trying to get Hillshire. I don't think it'll show the number, but I can then I can put it in order. Sorry, 1 second, guys. We're learning. Blue skeleton. Oh shit! It doesn't tell me which one's the blue one. Fuck. So I think can I. So if I took him off, so we know it's him now. So blue would have gone first, and then it would have been Zaba, and then it would have been, I need to get graph in there from top, and then it would have been Zaba here down here, and then it would have been red skeleton. So let me take him off and re-add him. Come over here, and then it would be Hillshire's turn after Cora, and then it's the Wraith's turn. Out of curiosity, can you see their names or just their icons in the initiative thing?
If I hold tab, I can see the names.
On the
Oh,
enemies or just you guys?
Both.
Both.
Yeah,
10-4.
For instance, I can see this one, haunted armor.
10-4.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's an information I need to know. I actually have something later on. I'm like, I have important information on a token. I'm like, I should probably take that off then. Okay. Violet would be next. So if I right click, that's off. But if I click, he's back on. And then who have I not done? Another reason why I don't like doing my own initiative, because I can usually keep track of it, but I have chicken scratch because I write I already have chicken scratch, and then I write so fast. I have scalars and like who did I not get?
There you go. It popped up.
So there should only be 1, 2, 3 up, and it should be technically no, only 2 is up. So it should be red and blue. So if I took red is up top there, the last one must be blue. No, blue went first. Maybe that's why I'm confused. Blue was first. And then red is up there. So let me take these 2 off because they're dead. Okay. All right. So I think we're good. So now we're on Hillshires. Okay, there is initiative. Yay!
Nice.
Can you guys move if it's not your turn? Like right now, it's Hillshire's turn.
No.
Uh-uh.
Are you
I
able to?
can knock myself down and back up, but I'm not able to move.
Move it all.
Can you move right now, Hillshire?
Well, let's see.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
That's
Locks
fine.
it down.
Yeah, freezes everybody.
Once if
Kinda
I'm
like
the
that.
DM, do it. Okay. So I could move you guys off turn. Okay. Hillshire's turn.
All right. Would you say we've already made quite a lot of noise?
To be fair, it's mostly clanging, and there are some Eldritch Blast. There is a little bit of noise going off. I'm gonna say it's
So
like
that's
it's a little bit
what's
later,
next.
like 9 or 10 o'clock, or of that sort. What's your intent with the question? Eldritch Blast are going, but they're not exactly thunderclaps, right? So
There's about to
All
be a noise with this thunder smite coming up.
there you go.
Just kidding.
I mean, like, if I
Yeah.
if I just blast this guy, it's
Oh, with your gun. Yeah, right.
with a gun. Yeah.
It's a gun. I'm not gonna say you're doing
Disadvantage.
thunderous, but it's still a shot, right? It's still a little blasty blast. But I'm not punishing you beyond that. The Eldritch Blasts already are going off, right? Because you guys know how to do spells.
All right.
And I cast
Well, I'm
Eldritch
gonna
Blast.
shoot this guy then, just right in the face.
4.
Is it a disadvantage?
Yeah, so it would be disadvantage because it's a
Oh.
ranged attack, unless you have a feature bypassing
I
it.
have sharpshooter, which bypasses it, fits in melee range.
10
Firing
4.
and being within
Let's
5 feet of an
go.
enemy doesn't impose disadvantage. Okay.
Love sharpshooter.
Also, for your own considering, depending on how much you want to dive into it, I probably as a DM would be comfortable with you taking any crossbow feats and stuff like that and applying it to like pistols, right? Or like just basic guns. So do that as you wish, because I know crossbow expert still exists. But all right, sharpshooter, you go for a shot.
I'm
First
trying
time
to think
shooting
if there's
gun.
anyone I can get a sneak attack off of, but
I think the wraith
actually,
looking
I get
dude
steady
maybe.
shot.
Yeah, good call.
Can I not? Is that a bonus action?
Steady aim should be bonus action still, assuming you have that feat or feature.
Yes, it is. Okay, well, I'm going to steady aim, and then I'm going to try to shoot this guy in the face.
There's something about Hillshire standing over a grave and shooting a skeleton in the head right now. That's pretty hardcore to me, and I love it.
Oh yeah.
18
It's gonna be
hits.
Big Fallout vibes. Have you guys seen the show with the ghoul?
Oh,
I
yeah.
keep thinking about that.
I saw it, but I don't remember what
So
scene you're talking
18?
about. But yeah. 18 hits?
It's like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
first introduction to him. Where he like comes out of the coffin and he like, he's all wielding his pistols and stuff.
Should rewatch that. I might just wait till season 2.
It's
Then.
so good. The ghoul.
He was 18.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. 18 hits. Yeah. 18 hits. Yep. Okay, 7 double.
7, and then
Smack
whatever
dick.
sneak attack is.
It's interesting that it gave you advantage on that. I'm not.
I don't know why.
I'm just
Let's
gonna go with
just
the
say
first
8.
one. Yeah. Either was plenty. Yeah. So it comes up to you and you steady your shot. It's like, and you just put like the pistol right up in its face and like right into its jaws, kind of clanking at you. And all of you might be surprised. I think it's gonna be the first time for some of your characters, maybe, or a long time since you've heard a gun go off and just blast that skeleton's head off.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
And that's it.
All right. Why do you disturb our slumber?
Ooh, that's a good wraith voice.
Oh, thank you.
Is that a result from last night?
Oh no, it's funny how quickly my voice came back today.
That was good.
I screamed doing a voice last night, and it like blew my voice off for the last 30 minutes of our sessions. It's been a long
Legit.
time. All right, so this guy, he's gonna can't pick you up. Okay, Okay. It's going to come up to like the edge of it and like hovering over you is going to do an attack roll. There'll be a 14 to hit Cora.
It's a miss.
Good. As
AC's 19.
as it goes in for the hit, like you feel the chill of necrotic stuff there, and you can see the tech magic up. He hits pretty hard, and you feel very fortunate that it did not make contact.
Okay.
All right. Okay, cool. If I hover over it, it does give me a little like, oh, it's this token down here. So perfect. So this hunter's marked one down here. He's got 30 feet of movement. So let's see here. So he probably wouldn't be able to make it all the way to Hillshire, but he'll move up here. Make sure that moves along with him. Oh, this is silly. There's no pressure to do, but if you guys want the novelty, you can always pick up your own d20s from the board that's already out there and re-roll them again.
Yeah.
But from here, he's going to shoot. I'm going to do a d2. 1 is Hillshire. And 2 is Zaba. All right, so it goes for Zaba. Zaba. And it's a 9. They're rolling bad. All right, Zaba's up.
It's a 9?
Yeah, 9.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, your turn. Ooh, I
I'm gonna take a couple
wonder
steps
if I do this. Let's do
there.
rename Hunter's Mark. And then if I go, because I know this will happen a lot, we're going to do GM tools, player permission. I'll just do Major Monty for that one. And then make unique again. So now you should be able to control your Hunter's Mark thingy majigger. And then later on, if you ever, because you guys can see unique creatures too, right? In the top right corner, next to the like book for the chat log. Can you guys see unique creatures? I can't remember.
I don't
Wait.
see anything.
Okay, never mind. So I'll have to drag and drop it, but now at least I have a Hunter's Mark ready to go for you guys to control. Okay, go ahead, Zaba.
Okay. I'm going to Eldritch Blast my marked target.
10-4.
Blast him.
15. 15 hits. All right, full damage plus Hunter's Mark, which is a d6. Get that out there. Excellent.
And another 4.
All right, still up. So you do have a bonus action if you want to use it.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Hex on that Haunted Shadow. Haunted Armor.
Nice.
So here, I think Hunter's Mark is a concentration spell. So if you do Hex, you will be dropping Hunter's Mark to do it.
Is it within 30 feet of you? It's past it. I was gonna say, I think if you drop that skeleton during your attack, you can switch it over, but I think the Wraith is too far for your Hunter's Mark.
Well, I still
Or,
have movement on my turn. Oh, too far from the Skelly?
Hold on, let me look up Hunter's Mark. Is it once you down an enemy, do you use a bonus action to switch it over? I forget. Or does it
Yeah, the skeleton's still up, but Zob would have to finish off the skeleton before moving it as a bonus action on the next turn.
Yeah.
It's just up to kind of which feature he wants up right now for Zaba.
Oh yeah, I'll save the Hex then until this guy's down.
All right. That brings us to Graf's turn.
Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna first stand up, because that'd help a little.
Were you knocked prone?
Not knocked.
Oh, you're just. You're just
He
laying down.
chose to go prone to give disadvantage
Oh.
on any attack rolls against him.
Ooh, smart. Okay.
And then I'll bonus action to get the hunter's mark on that there armor.
It's a wraith, technically, despite what it might say. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I've been calling it a wraith.
Okay.
Well, it's called armor, as far as I can see.
Its spectral images seem like it's still armored. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the hunter's mark token I'm moving.
Oh,
It's next to purple.
let me do this real quick. I'm gonna kill that one. Then I'm gonna pick up this one and copy it and drop it down there and see if you can pick that one up and move it. I dropped it right
Nope.
here.
I cannot.
Okay. So player permissions do matter. Player permission. Oh, it didn't? Oh, what if it didn't save it? But try now. Nope. Did this one not save? Player permissions? Every time I copied it, it didn't copy the player permissions. Interesting. Boop, boop. All right.
So bonus action on that, and then rather than attack with short bow, I am going to use a cantrip, Starry Wisp.
Ew.
That's a nat 20.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah.
So this is regular damage, but if I remember correctly, crits is maxed plus the regular, right?
I mean, it depends on how many dice are
First
in the
die.
thing, right? But yeah, the first die is always max, and then roll an extra die of the damage.
So the one I rolled was an 8, and it's a D8, so that's another 8
Yeah. So yeah,
So-
16 damage. Yeah. What the?
plus Hunter's Mark.
What kind of damage is it?
Hunter's Mark got 1. Starry Wisp does Radiant.
Radiant damage. Let's see if it does anything extra. Does not do extra to it, but okay, so 16, and then of
Plus
course
1 from Hunter's Mark.
another D6 for Hunter's Mark.
Yeah, I rolled a 1 on that D6, which is force damage.
No, but you can roll 2 D6s. All die are doubled.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Did that roll a D6?
Another
Another 1.
All right, so 18 damage, radiant damage on that hit. Love it.
2 of it is force damage, but yeah.
Correct. Yeah, it does not seem to have any vulnerabilities or anything to those. Yep.
And Graf is just going to look around, make sure the noise isn't drawing undue or attention.
Okay. There will be a hard perception check action if you want to try and figure out any more information, but in the meantime, it's Cora's turn.
Okay. Graf goes prone.
Okay. So I switched my vow of enemy. Enmity? What is it? How do you say it?
Enmity.
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 Okay. Vow of
Enmity?
enmity.
Enmity.
Yeah. Over to this guy, so I got advantage with this. Oh, damn. 23.
23 will hit.
Okay. That's going to be 8 slashing.
8 slashing.
And then I'm going to bonus action. Oh god. Spells, not skills. Cast Divine Smite on him. Oops, shit. Okay. 2d8 come in, and then I'm gonna roll another d8 for. He's undead, I assume.
You could safely assume. Mhm.
Okay. So 7, and then here comes a 1d8 on top of that. An extra 4.
All right. So I've been taking a time to talk about the 2024 rules. I know you've already heard all this, Laura, but it's for the guys. So what I've been seeing with the new stat blocks, in my opinion, a good change, though it might not feel good for on your all ends. For all these stat blocks, there were so many stat blocks in D&D where it was like, this monster is resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing, unless it's a magical, unless it's silvered, unless it's adamantine. And long story short, they didn't balance 2014 rules under the assumption, they balanced it on the assumption that players were not getting past that resistance. So they've simplified it. Essentially, you're going to be running up against resistances more often, even if you have a magic item or a silvered item or whatever, right? So in this case, let's assume Cora, you're just using a regular longsword, right, Cora?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's say it was +3 legendary Thorn Cleaver, right? The resistance would still apply on the Wraith. It doesn't bypass that anymore. But her longsword 8 slashing just got halved to 4 damage. But then the 11 radiant went through. So you're gonna bump up against resistances more often for damage types without bypassing.
I think I'm gonna use my savage attacker on this to reroll that. See if I can get a higher on that longsword damage.
Yeah, might as well, right?
Yep. Might as well. All right, come on. All right, never mind.
Okay.
But I will. Let's see. He has sap on him now. Hold up. He has disadvantage on his next attack roll before the start of my next turn.
Ooh, important. Yeah. Got it.
Yes.
All right, Hillshire.
Okay, that's it. I shall scoot a little closer.
So I guess I'll do the same thing. I'm just gonna shoot the skeleton closest to me, steady aim.
All right. Blue base. I guess it's the only other skeleton up, isn't it? Yep. .22 hit.
22.
That was so satisfying. 7 damage plus. Excellent. Another clean shot from the new pistol boy as Hillshire takes aim and puts him down. So this one is destroyed.
And I have a southern accent from this point forward.
High noon.
Italian no more.
Okay. All right. So it's now the Wraith's turn because you have no movement, and they have disadvantage on this attack roll. And that's a miss with a total of 10. You holding up your shield, keeping its cold, life-draining attack away from you. He's not stupid. I think I'm going to have him move. And oh wow, okay, has 60 feet of fly movement.
Oh shit! Opportunity attack.
I think you I think you would. Yeah, I mean he can pass through, but it doesn't say he can't. It doesn't provoke opportunities, right? So. Ooh. Essentially, he's going up here.
Oh, where? Oh, shit.
And it lands next to... You're just kind of lay on the ground, and next thing you see, Graph, is the Wraith coming up over the lip of the edge. Landing right next to you.
I'm gonna roll advantage. 21.
21 hits. How dare you call me Art?
6 damage.
You say 6 damage. I see 11.
Oh, it's halved, right? Yes,
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, it would be 5 for 11.
Oh, right. Sorry.
You better not be trying to cheat.
No,
I'm just. I'm just kidding. Okay. The guy's dead, so it's Zaba's turn.
Of course, it's not like that kid
Okay.
running away.
I don't think I can see him from where I'm standing.
Not that
Oh.
close, I don't think. I think backing up a little bit should be enough. We can probably use the measuring tool to do like a line of sight. Seem to be. Or I was going to use the straight line one.
Are you nuking the place?
Yeah. Who's it? Yeah, you can kind of use the straight line measuring tool to get an idea for line of sight, everybody, because it does like go up in the air.
Yeah. You can see where it cuts into the building.
Whose AoE thing is that, by the way? Is that you, Zaba? Oh, that's a quick way for you to figure out
Yeah.
where you can move to, isn't it? That's actually clever.
I hope the light coming off the wraith doesn't alert any guards.
he
'Cause,
goes
yeah,
up there and
it's,
catches a torch on whatever that little crap up there is and starts burning it. Do a big old burial. He lights the beacon.
Well, Starry Wisp, when you hit the target,
Oh, shit.
it
So it is a
exudes
beacon.
dim
Oh,
light in a
God.
10-foot
Oh
radius.
my god.
Yeah, so you guys watch as a little floating little kind of little strobe light just lands up top there, and it's definitely like an odd little bit of light coming off of him. It doesn't seem completely natural.
Gondor calls for aid.
Yeah, Condor calls for aid indeed.
Okay, I'm gonna step over this direction.
Smart.
Blast him from there.
And blast him from there. Now I can transfer my
Yep.
hunter's mark with a bonus action, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will do so.
It's
Yeah.
within 30 feet, is it? Or is it
Bam.
more?
I think whatever. He's good. I'm assuming he can.
Okay.
Stuff's not too wild.
Alright, I'm gonna blast.
Hey, 25 hits.
Oh man.
Good roll. All right, plus Hunter to the mark.
So
Excellent. Brings us to Graf's turn.
It's a juicy boy.
Graf will stand. Turn around. He will drop the bow, so that way he can quickly equip the sickle that he has.
Awesome. I've still been very liberal with people switching weapons. I keep on thinking I'm going to do it, but so if you don't have to drop it if you don't want to. I haven't really been ruling hard on that. You can just switch to it. But you do you. If you want to learn the rules and get a feel for it, you can for sure. The raw rules.
I'm just gonna go with dropping because it also is, I think, appropriate in this case of timing. Because it's not like he really has much of a chance to put it away nicely. And he will slice and dice with the sickle, which is really just a flavored short sword, but shh.
Sorry, I have to say, Kevin, I just saw your message.
15 to
Noted.
hit.
If I forget, please feel free to poke me. Hey, Nate, remember what I talked about? But I'll try to make a note for that for sure.
15 to hit for 10 slashing
15
damage.
does hit. The 10 will be halved to 5.
Even though it's a +1 in this magical weapon.
Did you not listen to my essay? I say that with love. I did a big giant speech about. So what you'll come across is 2024. They've gotten rid of all of that, and so something's either resistance or it's not, which I like. It's just
my brain is just.
That's all good.
I heard it, but yeah,
That makes yep. But half to 5. It's all good though.
yeah, because I do remember you saying like, oh, yeah, 2014 was balanced around not having magic eye weapons and yada yada yada.
Hey, can you imagine like
forgotten.
CR 2030 Tiamat probably has that like you have resistance to all those things if it's not magic. It's like you balance your CR 30 creature with the assumption that whatever it's fighting does not have magic weapons. Can you imagine in the Tiamat and the DM being like, I need to keep this balance so none of you guys have any cool stuff, okay? All right, have fun, bye. It's a really bad design.
All right, for your 20th level encounter, you guys are fighting Tiamat, but the cult took all of your gear, so you're going with whatever you found laying on the side of the road.
But ironically, right, they ran into it last night a little bit. I guess the guy with the invulnerability armor was a little different, but they were like fighting high CR stuff, and like the resistance comes up more. So it was definitely like, ooh, that's gonna be I think it'll make people a little bit more tactical too, and try to have options around it, which will be interesting to see.
Yeah, like me trying to rip the armor off.
Yeah. All right, so Graf, you stood up. You've done your attack weapon attack. Anything else you'd like to do?
Let me check if I rolled my Hunter's Mark damage. I did not. Hunter's Mark is force damage, so at least that's full. 4.
Nice.
Yes. 4 damage. The Wraith, he has been bloodied for a bit. I did not call it out, so they are bloodied. All right, anything else?
That is end of my turn. Actually, let me check if I have bonus action. I don't.
Oh yeah, never mind. I was gonna say Hunter's Mark, but no, you already had it on. All right, Core's up. Oh, go ahead.
I actually just realized a bonus action I can do though.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter's Lore. When a creature is marked by your Hunter's Mark, you know whether the creature has any immunities, resistances, vulnerabilities, and if the creature has any, you know what they are.
Will you post it one more time, or like just post it in chat for me? I almost asked if you had that, but I'm like, he would know, and maybe it's a high level version because I think it's one of the coolest updates. People gave Ranger a lot of shit when they announced like they didn't do like a lot of changes, but the quality of life stuff they did to it, I think is excellent. Do you get condition immunities also, or just damage stuff? I think is my biggest question.
It doesn't specify whether it's condition or damage, so I think it's both.
Yeah, I think you get. I essentially think you get everything, right? Immunities, resistance, or vulnerabilities. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna copy and paste this because there's a lot.
Yeah.
It's not formatted well. I should just reformat it for you. Condition. Nope. Ow. Oop. Oh my goodness! It's not letting me do a shift. Enter. Okay, and then. Oop.
And yeah, the that feature is granted by the Hunter subclass.
Yeah, the Hunter subclass. Love it. Also, I want to point out, Kevin, the damage immunity is necrotic, and I'm glad you did not hex because your extra damage was necrotic, and you were going to have to learn that the hard way, but you didn't not do it. But
I got lucky.
Yeah. So also, everyone, make sure you yell out the if you're ever worried about that, just freaking ask Riley and Graf what's going on with these dudes because he'll most likely know. All right, Core's up.
I hate to do this, but I just am reading through my feats.
Yeah,
and I
no.
remember.
We haven't done comments so long.
Or not remember, I just saw again. Colossus Slayer
Yeah,
is
yeah,
my
yeah.
feat right now. He's already missing HP, so I
Mhm.
roll an extra D8 for damage.
Damage. So it will be weapon damage, but no, it's still extra
Yep.
damage. All right. So
3,
2
so it's half.
to 1, unfortunately.
Yep, half round down, which is still an extra point of damage. Better than nothing.
Mm-hmm. All right, core's up.
Okay, so Core is gonna go here. This way. She's gonna take out her javelin and still has advantage on this guy. I was reading Divine Smite still works like if I throw a javelin at him, right? It's just like any weapon. Tag,
I
it's
don't
not.
actually. I'm pretty sure it needs to be melee because my paladin tried to shoot with a bow the other night. So, actually, unfortunately, I do think it needs to be that.
Oh yeah, melee weapon or unarmed strike. Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, in that case, no, I don't want to use that. Oh, what's the range on this? I don't think this is gonna fit. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Get the perspective. Okay. I can't see.
Looks like you're doing a on flashlight or something.
Yeah. I don't know if that would hit because I think the wall is 15 feet.
Are you just trying to do line of sight? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah. So it's a cone. A 15-foot cone.
Oh, you're not doing a javelin
Okay, no.
throw? I'm
No,
sorry.
I was thinking about doing something else. But no, I'm gonna go back to the javelin since I can't reach.
15
And
feet.
this is a bonus action. Okay.
I guess
All right.
either the best way to do would still be to do the
Just a line.
line.
It's gonna,
If,
yeah,
oh, it's a 15 feet cone. Okay, yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So as a bonus action, then I will cast Hunter's Mark.
Oh my god! Yes.
I would also like to cast Hunter's Mark. And then I got advantage on him still, so long sword. Oh shit! Sorry, javelin. Javelin at advantage. It went way off screen. Oh damn! 23.
Mm-hmm.
That is 5, probably halved.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'm sorry, Hunter's Mark is a 1d4?
D6.
Oh, d6, okay.
Mhm.
Let's roll a d6.
Oh, 5 force damage. So that's not reduced. Plucking rough. Okay. Anything else?
Nope. Action, bonus action, movement. Okay.
Eelshire. You with us, Justin?
Yeah, I just realized I was muted. Yeah, I could see him from here. Can I?
I've been the line rule seems to be doing pretty decent, and then it'll kind of show if you're cutting through stuff or not. I feel like I think you need to move back like 5 feet maybe. I'm kind of being generous by putting it towards the back of you too to kind of show like your own height, and it looks like you are being clipped just barely.
All right, but I'll still get.
Yeah, if you hit,
sneak
graph is up
attack
there.
just because of graph's already. Okay.
10-4. And don't forget, not trying to coach you, but stealth, there's no line of sight. You can easily bonus action stealth to try and finagle advantage still. Because the new stealth rules, you just need to get a DC 15 on your stealth check to get the invisibility condition. But you do you.
So, if I move forward a few feet,
Well, technically you don't have to
I
move, right? Because we just
back.
established you can't see it, so therefore you can stealth where you are, and then when you
then I'll cunning action hide.
Yep.
That's just
sure.
a stealth check.
Yeah, so DC 15 is what you need. Yep, so you're stealth, so you will get advantage on your shot. Wow. I'm sorry.
So 9.5 to 4. And then
Or-
sneak attack.
No, you haven't shot yet. Oh, that's just your
Oh, I'm
damage
sorry.
roll? That's
Was
a
that-
9 to hit, right?
Oh yeah, that would be a 9 to hit.
Yeah, I'm
Wait,
sorry.
what was it 2 plus 6? Yeah.
And a
Plus
3
to
plus
hit.
6. Yeah.
I suppose I can use my inspiration.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I'll allow you to roll another d20. Okay. I'm sorry. It wasn't meant to be.
I guess I am. Well, I'm not hidden anymore either. So I'm gonna go ahead and just run up as much as I can.
Yeah. Oops. I need to stay on you so you can move.
Graf, don't let that thing hit you.
All right. All right.
So close this.
I'm gonna drop this d20 right on the graph. Let's see. I get one. I'm pretty sure I get like one chance at this. So here we go. All right. Yeah. I rolled a 2. I don't think any of my dudes actually hit anything. I don't think they did. That's not a complaint,
No, I
but
don't
it's
think
very
we've,
funny.
I don't think we've taken any damage.
It does 4d8 necrotic, and it does the whole like, oh, your HP goes down by that much. Yeah, so it goes for a swing graph, and you duck at the last second as it tries. You feel the cold necrotic energy as it's trying to grab you and suck the life out of you. Zabat, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to blast him.
$20 will hit. Eldritch Blast. He had 5 health left. Zaba, how do you want to kill the Wraith?
I want the Wraith to do like a dramatic one step back as he feels weakened, but his half of his back foot slips off the top of the mausoleum, and he ends up falling. But halfway as he falls, he just turns into mist.
This is how I died last time in my life. Because he can't fly, right? So he's like taking a step back, like he does have his corporeal legs and stuff, and takes that last step back and like falls, like, don't disturb our graves. And he's gone. We're out of initiative.
Graf is going to check if that attracted any guards.
I would like, I'm going to say this. I would like all of you roll stealth checks, but at disadvantage, just because there was gunshots and everything. But it'll be a group check to see how much attention you might have taken. But unfortunately, it's at disadvantage just because of
If
Eldritch
I-
Blast and stuff.
If I roll stealth at advantage, is it just a straight roll?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
I got a 24.
That one.
At disadvantage, 24.
Yes, I got an 18 and a 19 on the die.
Heck yeah.
12.
Ooh, 6 and 14.
Ooh.
Cora, have you used your Sloppy's
inspiration?
inspiration?
No, I haven't. Let me see if I can do it again. I have a +1 in stealth, so not good odds. Yeah, another net one.
That is 3 failures to 1 success. Indeed, Graf. From up top, you see the kind of hustling approach of lanterns as a couple patrols are going down the paths your direction. More or less, they're about to be upon you. We're not going to do a big giant escape them, but the real thing here is if there was any last things Cora's wanted to do with her brother's body or anything like that.
Right.
It's just
how
been
many
left
guards are coming?
open. He sees at least
Uh,
2 patrols, lanterns coming down, and they will be here
Two
shortly.
patrols. Um. Oh man. I think Cora's gonna tell. Oh man, it's tough. I think Cora's gonna tell the others. You can go. I'll talk my way out of it, but I can't leave my brother like this. She's essentially like gonna stay behind and like start covering his body again.
What do the rest of you do?
Does it look like she has time at the rate she's covering it?
If she stops, I'd say this. I can give Cora an athletics check, but it'd be a disadvantage because that's how close they are.
Yeah.
It's appropriate for her. She is a pally, but I don't know if you have the athletic skill, but it would be a disadvantage.
Yeah. Yeah, I can try. I mean, she's definitely like trying to cover him up quickly, but
Actually, I'm gonna make it a
Jeez.
straight roll, but it's a high DC. You need a 15 or higher on the athletics check.
15. Okay.
But I was gonna say I need a before you roll. That doesn't count. Doesn't count. I'm sorry, it doesn't count.
I released it.
It doesn't count. Good thing it was a 14. That's what her check's going to be to see if she can do it, because he was kind of asking how much time there is. So, because if you rolled and failed, the guards are there and they're all there. So I'm going to give them chance as the party to respond, knowing what the mechanics are involved. Yeah, they're coming, Zaba and Graf and Hillshire, and she says she is staying, and she will try and talk her way out of it. What do you guys do?
Guys, are we gonna split?
Yeah.
Or do you want to help her?
She's totally fine. Like she understands that, this is her being her, as far as like she can't leave her brother like this. And she's like willing to face like whatever ramifications come. But she's very stubborn as far as like I'm not leaving until I put his grave back the way it was.
Right. Well,
The guards are very likely to do that themselves.
I don't know about you all, but I'm getting out of here. This Graf grabs his bow, stows his weapons, and runs off.
10-4.
Yeah, she's like she will harbor no like ill will towards you guys if you leave. I'll like say that.
Yeah. I can't. Manana can't find out about this.
Do you
Just
go
gonna
with?
Fill it out as well.
Do you follow
He's gonna
Graf?
Yeah, he's gonna run the same direction Graf ran.
I follow them.
All right. So as you get, yeah, Riley had sent me a message, so you need to RP that out with your buddies here, because I'm not gonna say you slipped off from them. I like to see what you guys do as a group here. 3 of you running.
All right. Well, when Graf notices that you guys are following him,
Oh, you can't go do your little mysterious departure? What's the matter, Graf?
well, I could, in theory, if I wanted to sneak off from you guys.
That's true.
Graf will.
Hillshire's totally good at trailing you. I don't know what you're talking about.
Graf will stop before he gets too far. Motion for the other two to get closer. Big huddle. Do you guys get in the huddle?
Yeah. What's up, dude?
All right. I wasn't exactly expecting yos to follow me this way. The guards are this way. I was gonna run distraction. help, hopefully get Cora to still go fast with what she's doing, but give her a little more time. Now, if you want to help me with this, we might be able to do a little better with the three of us running distraction. Or, I'll let you know now, the other way is the best way to get out of here quick.
Well, let's make this distraction. We gotta help Cora. I liked where your mind's at.
All right, in Hillshire.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I got myself a little bit of a plan. Do
Okay,
I'll
Hillshire,
leave.
you said yeah because you're agreeing to the plan, right? Not just like, yeah, what's up?
Yeah, well, I do agree. I want to know what it is first. I mean,
Well, I'm going to
the
make it
plan
really.
was just run and don't get caught.
Yeah, he's doing major
Oh,
distraction here.
I thought
So
he was going to distract them.
that's the same thing. We're the same plan. Essentially, the three of you can roll either a deception or an intimidation to try and distract the guard as you're going running. The only real risk for the three of you is a natural 1 on your roll. Otherwise, you're trying to help Cora. But each success from you guys will make her athletics check that much easier. She might even be able to get away before the guards even get there. So if you agree to the plan and the risk, go ahead and declare it and make your rolls.
All right.
Nice. That's one success.
Jesus.
What was the other option? Intimidation.
Deception. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna use my sloppy inspiration.
Sloppy saved you. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna laugh
Woo-wee.
if this is another nat 1.
Right, that's fair. I shouldn't say anything. I should have glimpsed that. Thinks that.
Hillshire just... God damn it. Sloppies again.
All right.
It's
Not a
much
success.
better.
Not a success, but it wasn't a nat 1 because obviously you would have essentially got caught by the guards.
Question.
Mhm.
Rather than deception or intimidation, because I'm not... I know... this is probably a little out there. Could I trade? Because my whole point is getting spotted and then kind of hiding away. Could I trade that for like a disadvantage on stealth? Or
That
If you're-
sounds like a bad trade.
If you want to give, I mean, he's probably got a really good modifier compared to a shitty modifier.
I have a 0 on both intimidation and deception, whereas I have +6 on stealth. So if that leans you one way, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna take
Nah,
it because
if you're giving yourself disadvantage, I'll allow it. I'm here for the fun. Let's do it. It's also more
Okay.
odds of you getting a 1 on there, so I'm taking it.
Yeah. The graph is just gonna hear one of the guards starting to walk by, and then he is just gonna sprint past, get his attention, and then try and hide in one of the tombs nearby. It's a disadvantage. That is 11.
11. 11 was enough for another success. So your DC now for your athletics, Cora, is a 12. So now let's make your athletics check. As you're like in there, you do hear some shouts like, I saw something over there. They're running. They're splitting. You that way. This way. You follow. Oh, no, there's another one. So go ahead and do your athletics check.
Okay.
Hey. And you finish off getting the coffin back on, the lid, getting it as secure as possible as you're rushing, get the soil back on. Is there anything you'd like to do RP wise in this moment?
Actually, I think before she had covered his gravesite, this is just flavor wise. Like I was gonna like lay something down that I actually use for like my spellcasting focus, but
No, yeah, have fun with it, please.
okay, yeah, I'm trying to think of like what she would have. I think it would probably be something like maybe from their childhood, some kind of like amulet or necklace, and she would like lay that on top of his grave.
Yeah, a little
then-
keepsake from the family,
Mm-hmm.
like the little
And
amulet.
then she's going to swear another vow to herself.
Ooh. Mm.
Well, two vows. That she's going to find the one responsible for this and make them pay. And then the second one is she promises to find a way to bring him back and see if he wants to continue living or to move on. Essentially, like the resurrection spell. I know it's like a level 7, but it's going to be like a goal for her.
Yeah.
To try to acquire that.
Love it.
Yeah. So she has 3 vows to herself now.
I like to imagine that Cord maybe doesn't realize this because we play with the idea that you don't even actually worship a god. It's just your own willpower, right? So she doesn't even like maybe realize that her own body is like kind of glowing with this kind of radiant energy while she's doing it, and like her own willpower, and like the bit for those who could see it, a bit of fate and a bit of the weave is like forming and calcifying around you. For those who could see it, maybe the detect magic is still up a little bit, and you do witness the churning of the weave as it kind of wraps itself around you with your vows.
I will say that her energy has always been kind of like a lime greenish yellow color. But I think like as she makes this vow, she's feeling very much like corresponding with her paladin of vengeance. She's feeling like a lot of anger, like hate, rage, like negative emotions. And I would say that like even like a little bit of like black or red like starts seeping into her aura. And she's slowly like starting to really dive deep into that lack of mercy as a paladin and more of like the destruction vengeance side.
Love it. And you ride off into the city of the dead. You all officially lose, though there's a scary moment for Hillshire for a second when he trips and falls and his gun goes off. But still, he's the sneakiest of you all, so he is able to still.
Somewhere.
Yeah. And you're able to sneak off. And does anybody not return to the Troll Skull Manor after your grave robbery?
Well,
I don't know if if that was just a joke or if you're actually doing anything.
oh yeah, totally.
Mhm.
I'm guessing that it's like close to 9 o'clock or so, but when we're leaving, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. I will PM you real quick.
Troll Skull was also supposed to be in darkness. I just made sure it was on. Perfect. He's typing. Probably should just get different to the secret, but that's what it is. I think it's easy enough.
Yeah, if that is an option at this time of night.
When you say elven, are you imagining something like top shelf or?
My budget for this equipment is 20 gold. So if that counts as top shelf, then
top shelf would be like a gold piece, and the rest of it would literally be just like some copper. So I'd say a gold and like 3 copper for everything.
All right.
Riley, you did not have to message that. I know you want to surprise them and stuff. I guess you want to keep your little secrets, but I was excited. I thought you were going to go murder somebody, but no.
Not yet.
Okay. So you all, in no particular order, 3 of you arrive back, Cora, Zaba, Hillshire, and it's probably a good solid 30 or 40 minutes later before Graf arrives, but he is back.
Real quick, I think before Cora gets to the manor, she's gonna drop off some gold to Vincent. She doesn't know. I don't know, like the payment schedule for that, but I guess whenever.
You did a huge deposit, if I remember correctly, but once he feels like you did I think it was like 100 gold. It was a big chunk of money, right?
Yeah.
To start it off with. And then, so that's covering him doing the services. And then obviously there'd be a discussion, but once you're like, okay, job, that's been enough. Or he'll come to you and be like, this is going beyond the scope of what you paid me. And so far, nothing has gone beyond the scope of his resources and what he's been putting in money-wise so far.
Okay.
He might have given you a timeline back in the day in my notes.
There's a 25 gold down payment, 125 to find the person, and then 50 gold for general info. Or I can owe him a favor. And I think she agreed to owe him a favor. But I think I put down the 25 gold of the down payment.
I actually forgot that you might.
I paid the 125 gold to find the person. I should have wrote that down. I have 172 gold, so I assume like I didn't put it down.
Yeah, it's a lot of gold, so I'm imagining you didn't at the time. I mean, I'm not gonna say that for sure. You tell me.
I know for sure I put down the 25 gold. And I don't know if you said to be either 200 gold or to owe him a favor, and I think I chose to owe him a favor.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Forget about that. Yes.
Thank you. Did you want to renegotiate your terms, or are you just fine with your current?
Oh no, yeah, she's fine. Still with her decision.
10-4. All right. So your 3 of you are back, unless Zaba or Hillshire want to do anything on their run back from the law. About 45 minutes later, Graf comes. Oh, what's up, Hillshire?
No, I didn't have anything to do. I just want to know if Graf arrives after Cora.
Yes. Assuming Cora didn't actually stop anywhere, Graf will be 45 minutes behind you all, and will be the last one to arrive.
Yeah, she just went to Vincent's on her way in, and then. Oh well, actually, I guess she didn't go to Vincent's.
Yeah, that's like I don't think you actually went.
Yeah, no, she just went straight to the manor.
I was gonna stop by somewhere and see about getting some, brass pieces, metallic objects made of brass.
Okay, so 9 o'clock this evening for yours. I'm gonna need an investigation check to see if you find something open. It's not a super high DC, but it would be still a DC 10 investigation to see if you can get lucky to find something. I'm also going to start trying to allow survival, just because we're looking at a lot of usage in the city. I saw you rolled a die, or someone rolled a die, but I don't see it in the chat log.
Yeah, it didn't pop up, but the die is a 7 and it's a +2, so that
+2, 9.
Would have been a 9.
You found a shop that does sell it, but unfortunately it's closed. But you have noted it. Keep in mind with that, and you don't have to go back to the shop, but like the next day you can write like a order. Don't forget Leaf has offered to run messages and stuff for you all too. Or like oh, I'll go to the post office and drop them off for you and do small tasks. So, but you do identify a shop that has it. Just unfortunately, it's not this evening that you're able to get in there. Okay.
Ooh.
So Cora and Hillshire are there. And with actually, funny enough, I think it will be then Graf getting back, and then later it'll be Zaba, maybe another 10 minutes behind him as you guys are trickling in. Oh, before I forget, 500 and experience.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I think I said too much. 1 second. Uno momento. Oh, no, exactly 500 experience each for 4 skellies and a wraith.
Ooh, wee.
Woo, 4940.
How far are you guys from 5? Curiosity.
Like a little over halfway, I think.
That's one
Yeah,
thing
Yeah.
that's one thing I'm enjoying about experience points too. Like that combat, like didn't necessarily move the plot forward right. And I think if we were just doing like a milestone, I would have been very hesitant to drop it in there. But I really felt like we needed to kind of break up the RP. I really wanted some combat to start playing around. But then at least we know we're getting a reward for XP for doing that. So I feel like that. I think that'll help me find reasons to do combat in Waterdeep for you all. It's like okay, might be slowing down the plot advancement, but at least we're getting XP. So that's just a little
Yeah.
observation on my end. That wasn't just like, oh, just waste our time. But
And
Oh,
of course, the nice thing of having the XP system instead of milestone being that you can see how much progress you're making to advancing your character.
Yeah. Yep.
By
I was just
participating.
really
yeah, that's true.
looking forward to shooting the gun.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a side note. Obviously, we have enough stuff, and Cora's been really great about pushing into her plot lines and stuff. But if you guys ever get frisky and want to go to like the Yawning Portal and look for like a quest or like side hustle or something to break the pace, just know you guys have that option, just for your own considerations.
But yeah, we are.
What time is it again? Wait.
At this
wait,
point,
wait,
as
wait,
people
wait.
are trickling in, by the time the last person gets here, I'm going to say it's 10th evening bell.
Okay, gotcha. So most shops are closed right now.
Exactly. That's what
Okay.
Zawa just ran into,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Cora's just she's not feeling very talkative right now. So I think she would just come in and she's not even like gonna like eat or drink anything. Very much like in those early stages of like loss and grief, robotic, disheveled looking, just kind of like says or states that she's just gonna go to bed and then goes up to her room.
Well, that was not what Graf was hoping for.
Oh.
As
Unless,
he
like,
arrives.
Yeah, and yeah. Well, she would definitely like she would wait till everybody gets there and then make her announcement. But if Graf has something to say, she would stay.
Well, alrighty, everyone. We had somewhat of a successful thing, so I stepped out for a bit and got us half celebration, half morning drink. As he produces a bottle of elven whiskey and sets it on the bar. And because I know you lassie aren't all that keen on alcohols, I stopped by and got some nice juice for you. As he produces some apple juice or something like that. I think I'll go with apple juice.
Oh.
That's I think where the 3 copper came from. Or went to.
Okay.
As Graf ran off specifically to go to a store just to get this stuff.
Just to get booze.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, yeah, that definitely changes things. she'll like nod her head, kind of mumble, like a thank you, and she'll sit down and actually instead of drinking the apple juice, she'll kind of gesture to like have a glass of the whiskey.
Ah, one of those nights. Understandable. And
One of those
Graf
nights.
will pour. Just telling me when.
She waits a long time to say when. At least like 3 fingers.
Ah, definitely one of those nights.
I guess I wish we could like have our characters like sit down. But yeah, she's in this chair here, and I don't know if like the others are indulging, but very like slumped over in her own head. Do any of you have siblings?
I have a brother. Older.
He's an older brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really know if he's still out there.
Do you two talk at all?
Not in a while.
Rue and I didn't talk much either. He was the middle child. I wasn't as close with him as I was my other brother, but he was younger than me. Do you regret not being in contact with your brother?
Oh, I miss him. I wish he didn't run off.
Why did he
But
run, if you don't mind me asking?
I've had a lot of time to think about it, and I guess he just didn't want to stay in this city anymore. He didn't want to be a lamplighter or just some average schmuck. He wanted to be an adventurer. So, off he went.
Now she kind of nods. You should see if you could contact him. If you want, of course, but I wish I had more time with Rue.
The day all of us met in the yawning portal, I'd been there looking for work, trying to get out of this city myself. Thought maybe if I just went out there, I would just run into him somewhere. But all it's really done is keep me here.
Vincent he's very good at finding people. Perhaps you can talk to him about it, if you'd like.
For some reason I'm not sure I want to. If I do find him and he's alive, and that just means he broke my Nana's heart. He never even wrote. Fuck him.
Is Hilshire
He's gonna
kind
take
of
another swig.
yeah? Is he? Does he seem like he's harboring some like resentment for his brother? I guess I could make a roll to see it if you'd like.
I think it'd be pretty obvious. He had some disdain in his voice.
Yeah, for sure. I hated my siblings for a long time. I blamed them for a lot of the things that I did. But I always thought that they would be here. I guess I didn't realize how harder I should have tried until I saw Rue today. What about you two? Do you have any siblings?
There's no one in my life.
Eh. Most of my family took any chance they could to get out of the city. At this point, I think all that's left is, other than me, I think I got an aunt and I think my little brother. I think they're still in the city. Aunt runs. Yeah, she works for I think one of the courier services, handling sensitive documents, sorts of deal. Yeah, we're running them across town. Uh, the kind of position where you get in a carriage to ferry around the shite for nobles and all that. And my little brother, yeah, much as he wanted to get out of the city, he just found it. I don't know. He left a year or two back. Or well, no, a year or two back is when he got back. He left 2 or 3 years before that. Doesn't speak of where he went, but when he got back, he just signed up with the guards. So, needless to say, every now and then, he and I get a nice face to face.
That's good.
Wait, your brother's a guard? You never mentioned this?
It's never come up.
Wait, who's your brother?
He's not a captain or anything like that. Like I said, he's only been back in town working as a guard for about a year. So he's one of the lower level guys. I think right now his assignment is they have him watching in the prison. Uh, prison guard.
Well, we've probably crossed paths. I'm rather familiar with the lower ranks of the Waterdeep Guard.
Oh shite, even in the prison.
Even in the prison.
How does your brother feel about your rebellious nature? Being a guard and all that.
Oh, believe me, he gives me plenty of shite every time we see each other. But, end of the day, he and I, we may hate each other's professions, but we don't hate each other. Of
Oh.
course, that does mean that I have to keep quite a lot of secrets from him.
I think that's the nature of siblings. We have to keep secrets from each other. Because we're all different people, right? But we still love them. Sometimes, even though it doesn't seem like it.
Aye. And to be honest, much as you're sitting there with your regrets of not being better with your brother and all that, I think he would be feeling exactly the same way, with all the same regrets, which honestly makes me more think that you two were in better shape than you gave yourselves credit for.
Kind of nods. Rue always looked up to me and my other brother. We were the oldest, so he was the middle child. He always had a special bond with my twin, though. I guess I feel responsible for what happened to him, being the eldest. Have any of you ever heard of the removal of someone's eyes in a ritual? The marks on him. It's similar to what the church does with their bloodletting part of the ritual, but they've never removed eyes before. And there was necrotic magic on his body.
Well, once a long time ago, I remember seeing a guard who completely lost his composure. I don't know if he ever recovered. The only thing I could really decipher from what he was muttering about something that he saw was about there being no eyes. He just kept saying there were no eyes. There were no eyes.
And this was a victim that this guard saw?
I can't say. He was out on some, normal patrol, and something happened. I don't remember what it was or when this even was, but I do remember that man's face.
Well, it's not every day that you see somebody without their eyes. I definitely didn't want to see my brother like that. I guess tomorrow I'll do some research. See if I can find any relation to the ritual that's happening. Any connections. There hasn't been a letter, right, that's come back or anything from the captain.
No.
Okay. And since there's no response from the captain, I figured we might as well pay him a visit. Maybe he's not a letter writer. I don't know. But it's worth giving him the information about the Black Viper.
Eh, you won't hear me disagreeing on that.
Um, she finishes her was it Elven whiskey?
I find that's the one that goes down smoothest. of any that I've tried.
That was top shelf whiskey.
Oh,
It was good.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, she finishes it and stands. Thank you, Graf, for getting the elven whiskey. And thank you, everyone, for being there tonight. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, it wasn't about to be squared.
Was about to be square, is that what you said?
Yeah, it wasn't about to be square.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, she nods with that. Now she says that she's turning in for the night. And then goes back up to her room.
All right. Anything else for the other three of you?
Nothing for Hillshire. The only thing I can think to say is at some point when he drank the whiskey, his face kind of would have soured and he would have tried to like slide it away and drink the apple juice instead while no one was watching.
No.
I'd imagine they're similar colors.
Love it. Anything else, Zap?
I'm gonna talk with Leaf about my concept, and tell him to keep an eye out for some of the components I'm looking for.
Yes, and you need these items here, and these items here. So what I can do is I can go and inquire for you and give you a pricing list of everything in the inventory. Would that suffice for you, Miss Arbor?
That'd be wonderful.
Very well. We'll get right to it in the morning when the shops are open, and hopefully by the end of the day, I will have you a shopping list with items. Anything else I can assist you with?
What do you think of the concept?
I find it to be very curious and unique. I think you have a headway there with you need many different items, or you need to be able to stand apart from the other taverns. There's more traditional ways to do that, and I will not harp upon it, but it's unique.
That's what I was going for. That's the edge we need to make this tavern the most popular one in Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm. The things you are asking for, though, will cost a pretty copper, I'm afraid. And I'll be sure to have you the exact pricing, if I was to guess.
That shouldn't be
I
a
don't
problem.
need to find this one, though. I assume you all will find that piece. If I may even call it a piece. On your own, correct?
Which piece are you referring to?
This one here. I'm going to message you, because I know you're trying to keep it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm not sure which one you're thinking of, but yes.
I just realized you guys. Some of you guys are like messaging me in the background. I went to go paste the damage resistances and damage immunities. I put it in my message to Kevin, not to you guys in the chat. I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that was super helpful for you to know. Yes, are you going to take care of that part yourself? There's not really a market for that kind of thing.
I'm sure we won't have any trouble locating one.
Very well. Very good. Very good. Anything else,
Roll
Ms. Orr?
insight on this.
Well, let me ask this first. Zaba, are you trying to have this conversation privately? Because then there'll be some stealth and perceptions going on.
No, I don't. I'm not necessarily trying to keep it private. It's more of like, an inventor, tinkerer.
So the
Might,
two of you are kind of off to the side, just having this conversation. Like people are picking up pieces of the
Yeah.
conversation, and you guys are like looking over some stuff you have written out.
yeah, I'm not trying to hide it. I've got my thing and I want to do it,
Yeah, I'll go ahead and ask for a insight check from Graf, see if he can kind of pick up because we are being vague about what's happening and such. Graf's like, only one person's allowed to have secrets in this party.
Yes. Them's the rules.
18.
All right.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this. You can correct me, Zaba, but then Zaba's got something planned and needs a shopping list and something to enhance. And there's something very odd about some of the parts that even Leaf is kind of like raising his eyebrows at. So it seems to be a very unique, out of the box idea that even Leaf is kind of like, huh, okay. But yes, I will assemble and we'll see how it goes. So it is very odd and very peculiar, whatever they're talking about.
Alright. I'm gonna guess you lot aren't planning on just getting a new troll skull for the troll skull manor, are you?
No. Certainly not indeed. It's more of a little project that I think might make us a bit more flashy.
I apologize. Have you not spoken with the other co-owners about this project?
Oh, well, no, I didn't clear it with them, but I see no reason not to proceed with it.
Very well. Leaf kind of like floats away from you guys.
Is that like in earshot of us?
Yeah, they were like
At this
huddled in the
point,
corner
Graf
having this conversation. Yeah, and Graf has walked up. I don't say confrontation maybe is a strong word, but it's like, what you talking about? And then and you hear Leaf say that, and he just floats off. Yeah, I think the only person that's not present is Cora. She's very made clear she went to bed.
Well, what the hell, Zaba? Yes, there's a reason. What do you mean by flashy?
Flashy? So it's, we gotta make ourselves stand out from our rivals. Yeah, that prick over there in the whatever it's called tavern.
Not gonna lie, I was very much going to ask if I could roll insight on what you specifically mean by flashy, but when you mention getting one over on the prick that owns the other tavern, Graf is just all in on this now.
So,
Well, spit it out.
all right. Here's the plan. So I'm looking for brass globes, okay, brass pipes and fittings and whatnot, and a bicycle. Uh, the thing with the two wheels. Uh, and basically the plan is to connect these to the bicycle, and we will be able to have electricity if you pedal the bicycle. And what this is going to do is we can light up our tavern in a unique way. Whether it's a sign out front that's literally flashing, or actually we have internal interior lighting, which our rival clearly will not have. Additionally, the bike can be powered. Let's say we go to the woods and find ourselves a creature of sorts.
How does a bike make light? You're not making any sense.
I saw it in a dream. You pedal the bike, okay, and you connect it to the brass, and light comes out. Or is that's how it happened in the dream? So we just got to figure it out.
You're right, but even if we understand that the bike pedaling makes this electricity short, and we can use that for lights, how is that easier than getting an enchanter to make lights for us? That you don't have to ride a bicycle for?
Because
'Cause
our light will be real. Our rival can get an enchanter to make his light, but that's like having candles. It's not analog. We're going
analog.
for the.
Look, I don't know what any of that means. So I'm going to assume that you're insulting me right now.
I'm not insulting you. I'm trying to fulfill a crazy dream, and it's not going to cause no harm to nobody. And that's why I didn't feel it necessary to clear it with y'all.
Right, but what if this doesn't turn out well and the light just looks like shite? It's a shite light and it drives people away. Then all the profits are getting hit. Also,
If
where
it
are we
looks
gonna
like
get
shite,
someone
we
to
can
ride the
tear it
bike?
down.
Where are we
No,
gonna
no, the
get
whole
someone to
point. No,
ride
we
the
don't
bike?
get someone to ride the bike. We go find a monster, strap him into the bike. You can put a little rabbit, and he's chained to the bike chasing the carrot.
Look, it doesn't matter who's on the bike. The point is you can't just start changing the place up because you had a crazy dream. I had a dream about putting a fireman pole in. You guys shot that down, but I still told all of you.
I'm still in
I
favor
think-
of that.
Yeah, I'm still in favor of that too.
I think it was
Love
the
to see some
fire
firemen
marshal who
coming down
wasn't in
that pole.
favor. I'm with Hillshire on this one. After all, how weird are our customers gonna think we are when they come in and just see a rabbit on a bicycle?
Well, they can be hidden away in the back, obviously.
Also, rabbits and the like still need to eat, and if they're running it for all day, we're gonna go
No,
through rabbits real fast.
the rabbit's not the one on the bike. The rabbit is just bait for the monster to chase it.
So your idea is to get a monster, probably an undead of some kind, so you don't need to
Yeah,
feed it.
naturally.
All right,
And you
but
just give it a target to chase.
at that point, even if we go with the whole bicycle light being better than magical light, why not enchant the bicycle to ride itself? You still get the bicycle light. Oh, that's analog shite you're saying, but without having to capture a potentially deadly creature and transport it into the city.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Okay, but then at that point, what's the difference between that and nature in the enchanted light?
Because the light I saw in my dream doesn't look the same. It has a different feel. It felt rustic.
Graph is
I'm
just
going to bed.
you just see Graph processing that for a solid like 10 seconds. His brain just stuck processing in a loop. Hillshire's got the right idea. I'm going to bed.
Oh. There it is.
Well, I'm sure I'll figure a way to do it anyway. After all, everyone loves a good sign.
was very busy adding the stripper pole into the little corner over there. I found something that's decent for the starter. Are there any giant...
Stripper pole.
Whatever you say there, boss. I was thinking contractors are putting it in. Maybe they're not going to have dancers on it. What the fuck is the point? We want to go up and down it or something? Okay. That was beautiful.
Stripper pole spins. It wouldn't work.
All right. Anything else for you guys? That was beautiful RP, by the way. Both the serious parts and the non-serious parts. That was great. All right. In that case, night comes as you all go to sleep.
Long rest.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Wait, why?
Zaba, as you lay down to sleep. Let me check this one. There's a part of me that so badly wants to take your dark, like, mysterious patron and be like, they don't understand you. They don't understand our vision. But I'm not going to take it that direction because I don't think that's what you want from it. But I have to throw that out there because that was beautiful. I love the idea of an artificer, like a mad warlock patron, just like, build it and they will come. But on a more serious note, as you go to sleep that night, you hear a voice. It's been a bit since you've heard it.
What does this voice say?
You are not alone. We are with you. Embrace all gifts to you.
And with the voice, you find the sensation. I'm not going to say you're underwater, but you feel like yourself, that Zaba is drifting, suspended, almost like they're underwater. But you don't see anything but darkness around, and the voice. And
Does it feel like I'm floating?
it feels like you're floating. Like it's like you're swimming, but you don't feel wet. You don't feel like you're in the water, but you're floating underwater, quote unquote. It's the vibe.
You are doing well for us. Continue embracing. Follow the light.
And what kind of says that last part? You can, by the way, I'm kind of talking fast, but do you want to respond or anything? You do feel control of yourself.
I've known and felt you there the whole time. What do you mean by follow the light?
Follow the light.
And as you ask that last question, your own voice, again, it feels like you're suspended, but when you talk out, it's almost, you feel like you're talking in a cavern. There's like a reverberation in the space around you. And as he finally, as they say, follow the light again, you do see a little bit of light, a little bit of focus appear in the darkness. It's like a distant light.
I walk towards it.
And so in the space, you begin to kind of float through it, flying, controlling your movement closer and closer. The light is filling your vision, this white, bright, and you see other lights now mixing into it, almost like an aurora borealis, just these whoosh, streaks of lights going around you, enveloping you. There's tension there. As it's swirling around you, you start to almost feel nauseous. You're spinning in this space.
We are watching. We are waiting.
And you're pulled back out of the lights. And you you wake up on your bed. And you realize you're floating there. Hovering in a laying down position. And your clothing that's on you is rippling like you're underwater for a moment. And then you just collapse, fall back down onto your bed.
Oh, wow.
Where is your sword?
Oh shit.
I thought I fell asleep with everything on my person.
So it's there with you. I like to imagine then it's almost like you're clutching it, almost like that very traditional like knight and catacombs sarcophagus kind of look, where it's like on your chest and you're like clenching the handles. And as you kind of hit the bed, you notice it for a brief moment is glowing like that light that you were being enveloped in. And as the floating ends and that light kind of dissipates a little bit more, is gone. How do you
Well, I
think
guess I'm on the
Zaba?
right path.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I guess I'm on the right path.
How does Zaba sleep for the rest of the night?
I basically laid there for 3 hours and slept the other couple hours.
Yeah.
When I was laying there, I was mainly thinking about, old times and, what my, true end game is looking like. What I want out of life
And that's a hamster wheel.
and how to achieve it.
I'm just kidding. No, never.
It's an
Yeah,
enslaved creature powering our neon sign.
yeah. Zaba thinks of her goals and embracing gifts. Seems to sleep relatively easy after that. And it's the next morning. You all are maybe gathered down there in the morning, coming down, grabbing your coffee. Contractors are showing back up. Let me make sure I'm keeping track of that. Officially, another day has passed. Downtime. Yep, long rest. We are at 8 days out of the 10. I think it's 10. I should probably put that in the thing. I'm writing it down.
Almost there.
12 days, excuse me. I apologize. 8 out of 12. I'm going to put that in the thing so I don't have to go keep looking for it every time. 8 out of 12 days so far. Debated. As you're having your coffee, morning foods, eggs, whatever, contractors are moving in. You hear voices coming up through the main door, which is kind of open as people are kind of, again, contractors bringing wood, furniture, other equipment. One of them, why is my shovel covered in dirt? Weird. Anyways. Oh, how's it going there, folks? We're gonna get that totally not stripper pole installed in today. That's on the gambit. Let us know if you have any other special requests to it, but we're gonna get back into work. Okay. All right. Thank you for your questions. Bye. Gets back to work. But then you hear from outside. You're like, oh, he's looking lovely already. Oh, I can't. I love it. I love it. Oops. There you go. As Volo walks in, and from behind him, you also see Renard as they come in. And Renard kind of gives you all like a friendly little bow and a wave with his cane. This village goes, my friends, oh, how are you doing? Hello, hello. Everything's looking amazing. Oh, excuse me, sir. Hello. Hi. Hi. Everything's looking great. How are you finding the Troll Skull Manor? Mm-hmm. Why you seem to be running away from me? Come, let me talk closer. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, I didn't know they came in that way. Oh, I see him now. Okay. Well, Troll Skull is certainly doing a lot better than the shape we found it in.
Indeed, it is. Is that what I think I see over there being installed? You naughty little business owners. I love it. I love it. I love it. Why are they cutting a hole into the next floor, though? Is that where the entertainment will be sliding down from? I like that. Oh, very curious ideas.
As soon as the hole is open, Graf will say, Geronimo! And we'll drop down the hole.
I'll have to see if I can figure out a way to...
I don't care if I take fall damage.
I mean, I really am not going to force it. I just love the idea of you coming down like...
Athletics.
Your call. If you want to do athletics or an acrobatics check to come down,
it would be so funny if you don't have the upper body strength to slide yourself down very safely, and you just slam into the ground.
It's true. It is a very athletics
stuff. It's just a hold of the floor.
Oh.
So acrobatics is what I'm rolling.
Gotcha.
You just jump down the hole. Okay.
23.
Nice.
You come down. The base pole has been set, so you are able to catch that last bit and come down in style if you like.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Graf, are you going to be the entertainment over there? Love it, love it, love it. You do seem to have a bit of a spicy side to you. I like that idea. I don't know, I think we'll have to come move here and then they're done. So, what kind of entertainment have you chosen yet? That's not what I'm talking about. I apologize. I don't want to pry, but you can tell me if you like. If you want, when you're all finished, if you have a slew of entertainment lined up, I could put a little good word in at the Gazette. Which reminds me, hold. I don't know if you've heard, or seen or read, but I got the story out there. It's been only a couple of days, but there's been some positive reviews out there in the air that I've been hearing. Have you guys had a chance to read it? Have you had a chance to read it?
The one that Zaba got the special edition on, right?
You've got the edition yourselves?
I did indeed.
Oh, fantastic. That's amazing. There'll be more from this, but there have already been some good early purchases. I'm not claiming this is much, but after a few days already, your story is selling well. So here's 15 gold. I'm just going to set it on the counter here for you all. Promised percentages and all of that. Yes, very nice. We decided to come and see. And are they all taking it? Are you all taking it? I'm being too far in myself. I apologize. I'm just very excited. How did you like the story, Zaba?
I thought it was rather well written.
Yes. Yes. Lovely. Did any of the rest of you take a gander at the reading? I hope I didn't. I tried to keep you all both mysterious and enthralling at the same time.
Ah, yes, I recognize that when you named me Laura instead of Cora.
I wanted to bring a little bit of rhythm to you. You know, Cora is a very good name. Laura is a nice. It'll be a little bit on the nose for everyone. And for us, you know, like, and Renard's like, yes, I do find a bit of entertainment knowing you all. And I did chuckle when I read it myself. It was very lovely. Hillshire, Graf, what do you think?
What was it you named me again? Staff?
Thought you were Bilbo.
Oh yeah, Bilbo.
What was the other one? Scruffy?
Yeah. It was Laura, Bilbo,
Graf,
Scruffy,
that was
and
it.
I'm trying to
something
find.
else.
I'm trying to find it in my notes. Oh, Scruff. It was Bilbo, White River, Scruff, and Laura.
Wait, so who's Scruff?
Probably Saba.
Funny enough, I'm pretty sure Nate himself fucked it up and didn't do Sapa's name. I think Bilbo and White. This is above table. Bilbo and White River are supposed references to Hillshire, so I'm gonna say White River is Zaba. Oh my goodness. But anyways,
That means you're Scruff. She looks over at
mhm.
Hillshire. It's probably the Italian hair.
What the hell?
No. If you don't remember, Scruff was the one with the bow in the story. Mhm.
The one with the bow, you said?
Oh, it is. Scruff is Graf. I mean, the conjure's like, Scruff is, you know. It points to Graf.
Oh. I would figure that Graf would have been Bilbo because, well, she like holds her hand up like towards her hip, measuring.
Wait a second. 1 second. No. I did do it right. Sorry. I was like, why did I forget Zaba? No, because Zaba is Zaba Blackbrook. So White River is a play on her name.
Ooh, Black
Sorry, I did do it
okay.
right. I was like, how did I miss that?
That's cool.
Yeah, White River is a play on Zaba Blackbrook. And, you know, obviously we all think, you didn't guess the White River with the fact that, you know, blasting with magic and dangerous dark energies. Who else would that describe?
Yeah, I guess
Why
that's
is, why is Zaba the only one whose name was pretty clever, I have to say?
What do you mean, only is?
I mean, there was only one where you didn't really have to, where you had to think about it for more than a second. But once you thought about it, like, clicked.
I was doing this as
Everybody else-
compliments to you. I was not doing clever to the audience. I was hoping you would get a little bit of a laugh and a little chuckle out of being Graf to Scruff, Cora to Laura, Black Boy to White River, and then Hillshire. I apologize for being so on the nose on it, but Bilbo is such a famous figure after all.
really
But-
well, though. Am I your favorite?
I don't claim to have any favorites, but you can roll an insight check on me if you want.
You're totally his favorite. Damn.
A nat 20 or a total of 20?
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Definitely, like, it's not necessary with a nat 20. It's not necessarily like he does find you attractive and alluring in that way, but really what you think is that he seems to be attracted to the story of Zaba with, you know, like that very traditional, stereotypical warlock, the dark powers, the mysterious nature of that, and just how you present yourself, right, as that kind of figure. He really picked up on that from you and really embraced it. So, yeah, most likely his favorite from the storytelling standpoint, at least. Now, Naming conventions aside, any other any critiques or criticisms?
I did notice it was really popular with a lot of people.
And it's doing very well. It's doing very well.
Yeah, maybe we could give you like exclusive rights if to the story.
Did you just say exclusive rights to the stories of your group?
Oh, maybe, I don't know. We got that other guy coming over. What was his name? Gaxley? So, you know, we're shopping around, but it did do real well. So we could think about it, maybe.
Pardon me. Who is coming by, Lena?
I can't remember his name off the top of my head. What was it?
Was it someone from the Gazette?
Gaxley Rudderbust from the Gazette.
And
That's what Hillshire means.
Ruddercunt is on his way to talk to you all? And you're going to be discussing naming rights? Or exclusive story deals with him?
Yeah, among other things.
And did you tell him you are the heart of that story? I worked very hard keeping your identity secret. I hope you didn't go blasting it after him. That man is, his standards of writing. The stories I could tell you. But you did keep your... He doesn't know that you're my subjects, does he?
To be honest, the way that he speaks about you, I don't think he really reads your articles for anything more than to complain about them.
Oh, you're not wrong. But I'm just curious, if you're shopping around your other stories to my peers, and if they're aware of who you are, I would just say, of all the people in Waterdeep to know your true identities, Redicant is not the one that I would choose for you.
He doesn't know that we're the ones in the story.
Okay.
To be honest, we didn't even know the story had been published until we were on our way out, and I asked about getting a... Not that he... The receptionist asked if we wanted a copy of the special edition that had just come out.
Wasn't it lovely? The artwork that Mara did on that. Oh, lovely work, lovely work. Right, I'm sorry. I was coming to tell you all that it had been released in the last few days, but you seem to have got right to it. What were you speaking with Rudderbus about? If you don't mind me asking, if it's not too sensitive.
We were doing a favor for Captain Staggett. We were investigating the, I guess, resurgence of the Black Viper. We went over there to ask him some questions.
The Black Viper. I did read his piece on that. It was weak. He built a lot of mystery with not really many answers. He pretty much just took police reports or the guards' reports and just published it into something that he's trying to make it. Probably was the Black Viper, if you ask me, but what did the captain want to know with him? Again, I'm just asking curiosity. Your business is your business.
Are you planning on making an article about the Black Viper using this information?
I hadn't been planning on it, to be honest with you. Petty crime and such is fun, but my focus is more normally on the dangerous encounters of adventurers and monsters and the other evildoers. If you were all retired, I would hope not. I was going to go poke around the Force Grey and see what they're up to. That's the first time I think the Force Grey has been mentioned.
Yeah. What is Force or Force?
Force Grey. put in chat. Fun fact, I never watched it myself, but there was a limited run of I say limited, but I think it went on for a good bit. A TTRPG live play is the word I'm looking for. And they streamed it and everything. And it was like, I think Wizards officially did it, but Force Grey is a famous adventuring band. I don't think any history checks. If you've been in Waterdeep long enough, let me just actually check my facts real quick. The crux of it, though, is that Force Grey is a famous adventuring group who's had new members over the years, but they're kind of a pride and joy of Waterdeep. They've worked on behalf of the Open Lords and the councils in the past, all the way up to the top. They're like almost an unofficial, official part of Waterdeep in that way, but they're a famous band of adventurers. This is a little connection, but Lauren, sorry, I have a Laura on my Sunday and I've been slipping on it.
You're good.
Do you remember the big giant that helped you guys for a little bit when we kind of wrapped up Storm Kings when I was DMing? I don't even remember his name myself, but
it wasn't Zephyr. It was
he was a
I know who you're
former
talking about.
member of Force Grey. So like,
okay. He helped us on like the submarine, right?
Yeah.
To free the king. Yeah.
Technically, he went to the gambling ship thing, but he didn't really like get involved with it. And they report to the Black Staff of Waterdeep, a ceremonial high wizard of it. But yeah, famous adventuring group. So he was just kind of talking about he might go poke around them, see what they're up to if you guys were retiring, essentially. But I think you all would know them by reputation for sure.
Okay, interesting.
I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but I might go poke around them if you're retiring and such. But exclusive rights. You did say you were going to speak to Ruddercunt about this. Do I get a chance to offer on my table?
It's Rudder Bust, right?
No, excuse me.
I'm saying his name wrong on purpose.
You be the judge on that. Do you want to roll an insight check while he's calling Ruddercunt?
Grep is pretty certain.
Sure, why not?
Roll an insight check. Nat 20. He hates him. And yes, he's calling. Yeah, no, that's not sarcastic. No, but 1% like he is purposely calls him Ruddercunt. He's saying it fast, so I hope like people don't notice as often.
I picked up on it.
You realize he just posts and writes the most outrageous things. As much as I embellish on some writing of your exploits, I would still keep to the heart of the truth. He's a fabricator, true and true. There's no true bone of journalism in his body.
Well, that may be true, but we were gonna hear him out, you know?
Yes. Well, can I hear your offer now?
Well, if you have a better offer than this Rudder Bust, I suppose that we're willing to listen. You haven't done us wrong.
I've already set a deal with you. There's 15 gold right there, and that's just from a couple of days around. There'll be much more with that. As word spreads, I'm very happy to negotiate further deals with you all. I hope I would get in the future, if you have other deals, I'd hope I'd at least be first for you to ask. I hope I've not done you wrong. He kind of gestures around to the tavern and then, like, what was our running rate? I think it was a 10% on the run. I can stick to that if that's not too much to ask.
Was it 10%? Right?
Pretty sure it was. It was something like that. I think one of you guys were able to talk him up a little bit on it.
Well, for exclusive rights to our adventures, I suppose we can bump that percentage up.
Exclusive deal? You're not wrong, Miss Gordon. You're not wrong. For exclusivity, I would go as high as 20%.
25.
Roll a persuasion check, but you have advantage. 13. 22.
24.
Roll a persuasion check. At advantage. 24. 24%. Almost a quarter of it. You know, what about we make it 25? Let's make it an easy math, right? A quarter of the profits for exclusive rights to your stories.
How much gold did he set on the table?
15 15 gold from a couple day
It was
run.
from 15 gold from 10% of sales from this latest story.
And when we say exclusive, I mean exclusives. No reproductions, any special collections of the sort, any novelizations of the sort. I need to be a part of that discussion.
I'm willing to make this deal if it's all right with the others. I personally would only like Volo to publish our stories. Keep our identities somewhat hidden. It makes me nervous to involve multiple people, especially when it comes to our identities.
I agree with this.
You know what? I think it's time to, if Hillshire doesn't have any objections to to this agreement, then I think we should drink to the good business, because I am all in favor.
He gets very excited, but he's like waiting to hear what Hillshire has to say.
Yeah, I guess so. It's Graf, I figured you'd want to hear him out at least. You're the one who invited him over.
You don't.
But as Graf picks up the 15 gold, I've reconsidered.
Okay, very well. I will. No, my good friend. I seem to go to see some of the registrar's office and put together, and I need to go back to the Gazette and put together a contract with my good friends here. I'm assuming we like it's written in ink. Yes, I think it would be best for all of us. Is that agreeable?
I think that would be agreeable as long as you include in that contract to keep our identities hidden.
Hidden. Did you like my play on word, by the way? Strangers, there are no strangers of danger.
Very creative.
Oh, it was lovely. It was a joy writing. Yes, I will put that into the contract. Yes, absolutely. I'd hate to run out on you all, but I do feel like I would like to tie down this bit of business. So Renaud, if you can stay with them if you like, or he's like, yes, I'd just like to say hello to my friends for a bit and get to see how their establishment is coming. I'll catch up with you later, Vola, perhaps tonight at the Troll School. Very well, Troll School. If you're invited to, if you'd like to go to the Troll School, I will bid you all adieu. He comes right out the door. He's like, carriage! Carriage! Over here, you son of a bitch! He waves down a carriage. Hello, friends. Sorry that we all came barging in here this morning. Volo did have a little bit of a fire underneath him to see you all, and I wanted to see how your establishment was going. Though I do have something I'd like to speak with Miss Cora. I believe this is a private matter, so Miss Cora, if I can speak to you somewhere?
Sure. We can speak. Yeah, they can go upstairs.
It's probably easier for us. I mean, you do you, but we can walking all the way outside and up the stairs, or we can go in the back. You tell me.
Yeah,
I'm just putting it in your options, like you just tell me.
Yeah.
I don't care where you go.
Yeah, I don't really care to hop my character all the way upstairs.
We just installed this handy pole.
Oh.
Climb up it, though.
Were
Like,
you?
Cora could
I
be
have
good.
I have questions for that part of myself, but
Don't ask me.
ah, yes. You remember you had asked about some information regarding some cults activities, specifically some murders, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
the murders in the dock wards.
In the Dark Wards. I have spoken to some of my Harper contacts, and I got a little bit of information. Not sure how much helpful this will be, but I wanted to pass it on to you. And didn't want an excuse to see your old new place, so I figured I'd deliver it in person. Their ritual killings, murders, as far as the Waterdeep God is aware, they believe it's cult-on-cult action to some factional warfare of some sort. They seem to not be putting a lot of pressure on it with the reports. There were reports that some of the members were missing eyes, which was odd. And I found one other interesting piece of information. I'm not sure how relevant it is. I did do some more research with some of my contacts. They have not come back with anything indication. But apparently on one of the bodies, there was something carved into them. A phrase. Hail the Undying.
Hail the Undying.
Yes. We did confirm that many of the cultists were Syriac in nature, but my bit of research doesn't seem to indicate that as one of his normal, unless they're changing or evolving in some way. He doesn't really... That's not one of his normal isms, as it were. But
Hail the Undying.
it was
I've never
carved
heard of that before.
into the flesh of the person. Of one of
And
the
you
dead
said that they were
cultists.
missing their eyes.
Indeed, yes.
That almost sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Though there
I
has
can't
been some
remember.
variations to the killings. Some of them were missing a eye, others were missing both their eyes. I don't know if there's any significance there, but
Some missing one or two eyes. I can't remember. Did Cora reveal her Yuan-Ti heritage to Renar? I feel like
as far as
she hasn't.
as far as I know, the only people you have is the venturing party, besides your family,
That's
of
right.
course.
Okay.
It's from I remember.
Recently, I've found some information. You know that my family was involved with the cult.
Oh.
And this is a very personal matter to me.
Yes. It seemed to be personal.
We're currently working with the Captain Staggett for more information on these rituals, but
I think you did mention him. I believe that was the captain I had to have some firm words with whenever you all rescued me, so I am familiar with him. Do you need any assistance with that?
we're on our way to meet him today to see what information he can give us. We did a favor for him yesterday, but if I may need your help with this, the situation has turned more serious. My brother, he was killed. He was one of the victims in the ritual.
He does like place a hand on his chest, like like a response to it. I am really sorry to hear that. You have my sincere condolences.
I'm afraid that another one of my siblings might be involved with the cult, and I'm not sure if he's the one responsible or if it's someone else. But I will do anything if you could help me. Either find him find the cult, or I need to know if he's the one who did it.
If one of your another brother killed your brother, is that what you're afraid of?
Yes.
Oh my. And I'm assuming your brother, the one who might have done such a violent act, you, as far as you know, he's a Syriac cultist? Or do you
When I
think he
left
might
them-
be... Mhm.
When I left them years ago, they were all still involved with the cult. But lately, my younger sister seems to be somewhat living a normal life. And yesterday, I found out about my younger brother. But it's my twin. I don't know if he's still involved with the cult or...
Does your twin... Would you like to share his name with me? Well, not exactly assassins or the side, but hoppers do fight evil where they find it, and any cultists of Syriac, if you're hoping to find your brother alive, I can try and put a word in with my connections to keep an eye out for him alive rather than dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she nods her head. Wonder if I should roll for insight. Man, could I try to do an insight to see, like, if he, like, when he said the Harpers deal with being, like, creatures of evil and that kind of stuff, she knows the whole, prejudice, I guess, against, Yuan Ti.
Ooh, yeah.
Could she try to, like, determine if, like, Renar is the type of person to see a Yuan Ti and say, oh, they're evil? I guess,
Yeah,
like,
go roll insight check, yeah.
determine his-
Yeah, is he prejudiced or not? Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Total of 20. He's a very much an objectively neutral person. He does not believe race and cultural heritage or racial heritage of being will dictate if they're evil or good. And he seems to be talking about evil. He's talking about things like a cult to Syriac, right? Those kind of evils. Beyond him to his organization, if there's not extremists or such in there, who knows, right? You don't know enough about the Harpers, but your read on him is that's what. I don't know if you revealed to him as, but yeah. Oh, you haven't revealed him. This is you kind of gearing up if you're thinking about maybe telling him. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he
she's
seems
trying
to be-
decipher, like, his response.
Yeah, I don't think you would. That's your impression. Is like he doesn't seem like he would be a prejudiced person.
Okay. Yeah, then she, like, takes a deep breath. His name is Aaron. And he looks like me. And she'll, like, slowly take off her mask and kind of, like, push back her hair to show, like, you know, her UNT half.
Oh. I imagine you've had a hard time in your life, in your family. Unfortunately, I say this with respect. Fortunately and unfortunately, your brother would be marked if he carries himself more visibly in the city, as much as I hate to say it. But Aaron, Yonti, perhaps a member of the cult of Syriac. I will pass on word to my connections to keep an eye on it for them. Though I make sincere no promises. It's dangerous business with any of these kind of cults.
I understand.
That's all the information I had for you. Do you have any other questions for me?
Trying to think. She would mention that Ryu was a victim and he had both of his eyes removed. She would share that the ritual was using, like, the traditional bloodletting practice that the church would often use, and that it had residual necrotic magic on, like, the wounds.
And interesting. I will relay that information. Thank you.
Hmm. That's all I have.
Very well. I have some more things to discuss with your companions, so perhaps if we can rejoin them.
Of course.
Meow.
Oh, oh, whoa! I lost myself. Oh, I think I still have like the measuring. Go ahead. I'll catch
You're
up.
good. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. Can I speak to you all confidentially as a group, who may away from the contractors?
Sure.
Yeah.
Very well.
Did we go back in the storage
Yeah,
unit?
you guys go back there. Just because of the time, I'm going to just do those with them. I'm going to ask you all a plain question. Wouldn't all, well, first, let me say, you all give Volo a hard time, but I hope you know that he is generally a kind person, and he's taken a liking to you. He's loud and boastful, makes promises and boasts that sometimes he cannot follow through with. But I hope you do see his value. He is an earnest man and a good ally to have. I hope you all can work closely with him, perhaps, but you do your business. That aside, you all know that I work for an organization. I'm curious if you all would like work from them.
What's it pay?
For this particular task, we're looking at about 700 gold reward.
It's pretty good.
You
That's the
got my
most gold we've
attention.
seen thus far.
You've all grown our trust. But I would like to inquire. It's not dangerous work, though I guess the people in question could be dangerous. But funny enough, we would like somebody to recruit a group of people for us. Very valuable people, very skilled people. One of our members, his name is Matrim Merrick, has allied himself with a gang of doppelgangers and believes that we should recruit them. We need an unbiased opinion. Need you all to track them down, speak with them, and kind of gauge their trustworthiness and if you think they would be good for an organization like mine. Is that a piece of business you would all be interested in and forming a contract on?
Well, the question is, if this guy's working with some doppelgangers, what do you think we could use to convince him?
It's not necessarily convincing them. Maybe the recruitment is the wrong word. We are looking to recruit. I want your opinions on them. Are they actually truly trustworthy? Do you think they would be... I literally need you to talk to them and get a read on them and speak to me if you think that they're trustworthy of an organization like the Harpers.
It's an awful lot of money for a conversation where we just find out if they're, full of shite.
It is a lot of money, but recruitment of doppelgangers in our kind of work is very valuable business. Even one of those would be worth a kingdom's worth of gold to have that kind of ability. And yeah, I think you understand what I'm saying.
Aye. Get one of them in a nice privileged position, and then you've got privileged information.
Shall we
Well, I'm up for it.
agree? Oh, any naysayers?
I think it's a very acceptable quest, especially for 700 gold.
Hillshire, Zaba?
I see no reason to turn down that much gold for a quest like that.
Mr. Hillshire?
Oh, his thing is lighting up, but I can't hear anything. Is your mic all
Sounds good to
shut?
me.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah,
Excellent.
I was muted.
Let us shake on it. And he kind of reaches off, shake your hands. So, Martram has told us who one of the doppelgangers is, and you might be familiar with this person. I just believe you have frequented the Yawning Portal. Bonnie, the head waitress there, is a doppelganger. So if you could make contact with her, discuss that you need to speak to her companions, and gather a meeting and gauge their trustworthiness and then report back to me. That's simple as that.
So,
Any-
let's see, Bonnie, the waitress at Yawning Portal.
Mhm. I think Zaba made a pass at Bonnie and was unsuccessful with a persuasion check.
That was my sister.
That Bonnie.
Okay. And asked to speak with her companions. Her companions are the ones, this Matrim Murrig.
Yeah, Matrim has made contact with doppelgangers, seems to think they're good. They want an outside opinion on it. They want you all. And the one that for sure that he knows is and would be a contact to the other ones is Bonnie.
Okay.
Matrim doesn't necessarily come into the mix, as far as you know. He just wants you to speak to Bonnie and try and arrange a meeting.
And if we ask Bonnie where her companions are, do you wish to keep the Harpers under wraps?
I would like you to keep it vague as much as possible. And please don't mention my name. You may mention Matrim's name. Not that you need to say that he sent you. I want you to be as trustworthy as possible with them, as up front.
I'm sure we can handle this business.
Very well. Miss Corda has shared some information that you'll be talking to the Captain Saget. If you need any pressure from the nobility, I might be able to, limited by any means on private investigation or investigations of the sort, but we might be able to help. So please let us know if you have any, or let me know if you have anything you need on that department. It was a pleasure, my friends. I would like to stay and chat with you all for a little bit, if you're not too much in a rush. Enjoy some breakfast and drinks and watch your new business come to life. Is that agreeable, or do you off onto your errands on a busy day? Above table, it'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
you guys RP with Renar and hang out with him for an hour or two, and then go on with the rest of your day if you want. Or you can say, you're like, yep, we're on our way. We're not going to sit down and make you RP like social time with him or anything.
Maybe just sitting down having breakfast would...
Graf will, at the very least, recommend that he stay until Volo gets there. We all sign the contract, and then
Oh,
we'll
yes.
open whiskey for everyone.
Whiskey at 8 a.m.
All right, so we say we loosely plan for him to join you all for breakfast and a little bit of waiting for Volo to return, and we'll pick up next time. Strangers of
Hell yeah.
Dangers.
Shit.
Go ahead and add an extra 200 XP for just excellent RP tonight on top of the combat and everything.
Yes.
I don't know how many tired people are hearing that, but you did get more XP.
Yep.
You said 200?
Got it.
200 XP's